All right, Mr. Coker, we should be live. Let me just retweet this. It's so calm here.
So nice.
I've been doing something kind of weird. I've been sleeping, like I take naps now, like a 10-minute nap on the ground right there. And I put on this like sleeping music on my TV and light a candle.
Yeah.
I have like my own meditation and I can sleep for like, I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes, like deep. And then I wake up.
Okay, why the ground?
It's just so much more relaxing.
It's interesting. Your bed is literally...
No, but it's
1
something
foot
about
away.
lying on my back on the ground.
What prompted this?
I started doing it like 4 or 5 months ago. And
did you read about this, or you just like,
no,
you said, like, I'm just gonna take a cat nap, whatever?
On the ground. And then it's something about this carpet. Ever since I got this little carpet.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's like, it's so therapeutic. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I see the comments. We're about to get started here. Give us an upvote. Give us an upvote on YouTube. Drop those comments. We'll be periodically checking in on the comments throughout the show. And yeah, guys, obviously, we got Tug Coker on my left.
What's up?
And we'll do it. We'll do it, Dirtballs. So if you have any questions, fire away. But let's get the actual show going. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my fill-in co-host for Joey No Chill Praino, his deemed all-time fill-in, apparently, right? You're like the spot fill-in. What's that called? Tug Coker?
Hello, Andy. Yes, I've been anointed. I think I've been knighted.
Like,
so yeah,
like how Johnny Carson did it to. Well, first he did what? Joan Rivers.
That's right. Yep, Joan Rivers got the nod, and then Shanley had a little run in there.
Yeah,
but I think of more of as like with like the Pope. I think Praino got in, and he had some white smoke come out. Do you know about how they elect popes?
Come on, come on. I was raised strict Catholic, bro.
Yeah, so get that white smoke going. It's a Tug Coker.
Yeah,
that's me.
We need white smoke.
Yeah, that's right.
but then it turns.
That's a great nickname. White smoke.
White smoke.
Is there like a really fast, the next white receiver? I mean, white smoke is pretty. I think we're onto something. It could have been Hogan this year. It was supposed to be Chris Hogan's season.
Hold on a second, man. I think we can call Christian McCaffrey white smoke because he's fat. You need a white guy who's fast.
Yeah. Well, who there is a nickname for him out on Twitter. Derry Sanders. This is a shout out to Scott Barrett of Pro Football Focus. He tried to coin Derry Sanders, which I think is pretty good. What do you think?
Oh my God! I didn't have an SD card in here. This is a disaster. We're live on YouTube, and I was wondering. I was like, why is this not going?
I crushed that opener too, guys.
That's going to be a YouTube exclusive. Where the fuck is my card?
This is embarrassing. Joe's going to be so sad.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
This is utterly embarrassing. I don't know where my SD card is.
We were just talking about his interns and all these production heads.
This is a nightmare. Where the fuck is my SD card?
Anybody on YouTube know where his SD card is?
Give me a second.
Can I watch the game right now? Yeah. No.
I am so confused now.
Oh my God, Toronto. I'm 25 right now.
I was wondering why it wasn't starting on the Zoom. Let me see what's going on here.
It's a great time of year in NBA because I start to learn where players. I haven't really focused on the NBA as much as I wanted to, and you start to learn where players are. And I'm learning now that Greg Monroe is a Raptor this year, and not with the 12th man on the Celtics. Are you still live on YouTube right now?
We are. Should I end this and restart it? I don't know where my memory card is.
I think people should watch the panic.
I am panicking. I don't know where it went. This is not a good situation. Fuck.
Guys and gals, this is a tough watch right now. As your boy Barry would say, tough scene.
The fuck is the memory card? The container's here.
Oh my gosh, guys.
This has never happened. Where'd the card go? This one's too small. I have this one for
What?
2 gigabytes. That one's not going to cut it. This is major panic. You know what I'm saying? The little scan disc is gone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was up crazy late the other night. What the fuck did I do with it?
We're watching Sheer Panic live on YouTube right now.
Shit.
This is like watching it live inside the Big Brother house.
I don't know where it could be. What the fuck could it be? It's not funny, Tug Coker.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What am I checking? I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know where it could be.
I want to read the comments.
Do you want to see the comments? Fucking shit. Where did I put that? It was the night I got stoned. It was the whole fucking. It was the night after the Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah.
No, wait a second. That's not true because I recorded Dent Report yesterday. Where did I put? Huh. I literally don't have a clue. We might have to stop this. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I really hope Praino gets a chance to watch this YouTube exclusive.
Where did I put it after Dent Report? It had to have fallen somewhere. Shit. Anybody have a memory card they can drop off? Let me call the mayor.
I think you might have to go off YouTube for a minute. What's that in the movies when they all goes to bars? It goes to static. That's what's going to happen.
Do you have a like a scan disc memory card? Like 16 gigs? I have no clue what I did with mine. This is wild. I bet it fell somewhere. I don't know. I did Dent Report yesterday. I don't know where I put it. Sure. Because I have one that's 2 gigs, but that's not going to last that long.
This is great to watch live. The relationship between Andy and the mayor in real time.
Where would you pick one up at, though? You think Ralph's would have one? I don't know. I mean, we're still live on YouTube. I might just, I don't know. Well, the audio is clearer for the audio is clearer for the audio part is different than the YouTube. Does that make sense? I mean, this is still, we can use all this, but it's going to sound better using. Okay. Yeah, I have no clue where I have no clue where it went. This is wild to me. This has never happened. Yeah, do your thing. All right. Thanks, buddy. I mean, the mayor, what a trooper.
You hear all these stories about the mayor, and to see the mayor in action like this,
He's a great friend.
It really is.
He's a truly
inspiring to watch.
He's a great friend. This is kind of like wild to me where it went. Like, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue where the card went.
take some questions?
Yeah, I'm sure the comments were going off.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it live. Okay. Well, we did. Oh.
Any helpful hints?
Andy keeps putting his butt right in front of the camera. Ruther wearing Zubas. No, it's funny you say that. I'm actually wearing Flag and Anthem. Look at these new amazing joggers. I love them. They're so comfortable. In fact, we have a new promo code with Flag and Anthem. Guys, they're going to give you a deal. I'm going to give them 2 plugs. I'm going to give them this whatever we're doing now plug, and then later. Guys, they've reset the promo code. Dirty December. So if you go to flagandanthem.com, you can get these amazing joggers, 25% off. Tug Coker.
I mean, holiday season.
This shirt,
great time to get them.
Flag and Anthem, 25% off. Yeah.
When you're storming around your house looking for some sort of video equipment,
The SD card.
the SD card, you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you want to look good.
Yeah, and I think I look great. I'm wearing their very soft T-shirt. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a shirt. So you can get that at flagandanthem.com. Drop promo code Dirty December for 25% off.
It's a good thing you calm down because you're going to rip that shirt at one point.
I thought I was pretty calm.
I don't know.
You thought that was, dude? Have you seen me stressed? Have you seen me? Dude, the old me literally break shit, throw shit.
I'm not unlike you, but there's a little bit of paranoia, a little bit not paranoia so much as anxiety.
Yeah, I'm just confused. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
I'm still right now. I'm trying to retrace my steps.
Yep.
I did dent report. I took out the memory card. Where did I put it? I'm so meticulous about being organized. I gotta like recheck this area.
I wish the camera could follow you.
This is just wild to me. This has never happened. Anyway, here's what we can do. We can just we could pull the audio from this. Or this is just the longest pre-show ever. Or the mayor is picking up a memory card. He's right by her. He's on Lincoln, by like Lincoln and Venice.
Oh, the Rouse over there.
Yeah, by that Rouse. You think Rouse will have one?
I do. But there's also the CVS that's on next to Whole Foods. They would have it, right?
Or the Rite Aid next to it. Yeah. Well, this is a Dirty Sports First.
That's kind of inside info you guys are getting right now with the coordinates of Venice, like where the Rite Aid is and where the CVS is.
Yeah.
In Venice. Pretty special.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in live.
Let's hop in the comment section. You want to see some comments?
Sure.
Didn't you make fun of Trevor for wearing a beanie and short sleeves? Yeah, I did, but you know what? I look good in it. And I'm in Flag and Anthem gear and my brand new Rams fucking beanie, which I got yesterday.
He was excited to wear it. He told me off camera how excited he was to show it off to the crew. So
I was excited.
Yeah.
It's brand new. Now, what's your situation like? Because you have 2 small children now.
Yes, I do.
And you probably are like, Ruther, I can't have this shit delayed. I got to get back to my wife and kids.
Actually, this is a paradise because I know, the one kid is 1 month old, so he's up, at all ends of the night.
Yeah.
So, and the other kid is getting up he was 2.5. He's getting up at 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So any opportunity I get to kind of get out of the house, I just sit there and like do the 1,000-yard stare, and just shut my brain down. So this is awesome.
How's 2 kids that age? Take me as someone who is so in his own world of living by himself, no significant other. Talk to me about 2 young children.
Well, the reality is, so I have a son. I have 2 boys, and the one's 2.5, and one is now 1 month old. And probably 3 of the 4 weeks we've had some help, whether it was one grandparent, my wife's side, or mine. That's awesome. Extra hands is huge.
Yeah.
The 1 week, the first day that my wife's mom left was like the hardest day of my life. It felt like of my life. Now it wasn't, but like just you kind of develop a rhythm. Like one kid, I felt like, and if you guys have kids out there, let me know if you feel differently. But like, one kid just got into a rhythm. I mean, I went to Europe this summer.
Yeah.
And had a great time, with one kid. Like, you just kind of understand, like, oh, this could be easy. And now you just throw another person into your space and your life and different rhythms. And you're like me, we're kind of like habitual with certain things.
Sure.
And to have like those habits completely blown up that's hard. Like, I need to, do certain things in the day. If I can't exercise or whatever, then,
it messes with
totally messes you up. Like, so that was the hardest part by far. I mean, the kid can't really do it. The kid just kind of sits there right now. He's not a problem. It's the 2.5-year-old who's the problem.
Kids, like, here's my thing, because I have 7.
I heard you talking about your brother on the last podcast, actually. So he was giving. You were talking about. Oh, you were talking about porn. Being an uncle with making him earn his porn.
Oh yeah, because I'm the godfather.
Yeah.
But that's funny you bring that up, because my nephew is at that age where he kind of sucks. Like I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like my thing is, before you're 2, you kind of suck. You're not fun.
Maybe
it's different because you're a parent, but for me as the uncle now of 7 different children, it's like, oh, they turned 2. Like, I can finally play with them. You're fun now.
Are you an equal uncle to all kids? I mean, do you feel like you're loving each one the same or whatever, or some of a certain age, like, I can connect with you because you like sports, whatever? For me, it's real quick. Let me, before I answer that, we have a quick update from the mayor. I mean, he's in the YouTube comment section. That's not true.
Hey guys, no one on Rite Aid headed to Ralph's. If not Ralph's, do I go to Whole Foods or Ross? Jesus Christ!
What about the CVS next to Whole Foods?
Yeah, the CVS next to Whole Foods. I'm gonna tell him that.
This is really in-depth discussion right now, guys, about Venice.
CVS has got to have one, right?
Where else would you get one?
Yeah.
I'm like a camera store, obviously, but like, where else? I mean, I feel like it's got to
be. CVS has got to have an SD card. Good question for you.
Do I regret coming here tonight? Yes.
I will Venmo Tug $50 to call March Madness games. What's funny that you left that comment, because I was going to ask you if you wanted to do this. I'm just going to tease it right now. And I've kind of mentioned it to Praino, but Praino, I don't think fully wants to do this, but I will. I want to do March Madness now that we have the setup here at the TV and everything. The first day's games, and we did this with the old Rabble. I want to do a YouTube live stream, the tip off from the first game until the end of the last game, the first day.
I like it. I want to do it. I'm already in.
You don't have to be here all day.
No. I think it's better if you do the whole day. I think it's better to do the whole day. Like, you can't do half the day. I think it's sort of a war of attrition, and you got to do the whole day. I'm big into the testing the limits, and I think it'd be fun to do both days, maybe Thursday and Friday. I'm game. After listening to your broadcast on Sunday night, I'm a little nervous about who the team's going to be.
Well, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We're not really calling the games.
Well, you said such thing. I was gonna say this on the podcast. I'll say it again, but
Yeah, hold on. What are we doing here?
Flag on the penalty.
I said that.
Yes, you did. Block underneath the legs. First down. Yeah. You called Tyreek Hill. We called Tariq Cohen Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Rutherisms were nonstop.
They're live. They were alive and well.
Yeah.
I think it's a super fun idea. I mean,
well, here's what I'm thinking. We get a rotating group of people that are shuffling in and out. Again, we've done this before, except we just did audio version. But this way, we have a live YouTube stream. They can see us. And look, we can have 2 games playing at all times.
I think we should try to figure a way to get 2 more TVs. That's the goal, I think. Get 4 TVs.
Okay.
Then we do the whole thing. Now we're up and running.
Is that what the max is? 4 games at once?
I think it's 4 games at once. Yep. Because there's 4 sites a day.
Okay.
And for the first 2 days, we'll show.
I love it. We'll do just a massive YouTube March Madness Day 1 live stream.
That sounds. Who pitched that idea?
It was my idea.
Oh, I thought it was someone said $50.
Well, somebody wanted you to call games, but I told this to Praino a few weeks ago. I said we should
tell whoever pitched that on YouTube. That's a great idea, and maybe we can get their assistants to to jump in.
Well, last time we did this, we were getting sent food all day. The Dirtballs are always so great about that, taking care of us. How do you want to do this? Do we want to wait for the mayor because we've drawn it out at this point so long? What do you guys think in the comment section? Is this just the longest pre-show ever? And then once we get the SD card, which now they're calling the STD card, which is I love that. When the mayor brings me my STD card, we'll be all good to go. This is a mystery where it went. I wonder if it's like underneath something.
Yeah, you need to make a video about this. So someone get a still of that shot.
But I vacuumed today too.
Have you ever brought a professional cleaning person into this space?
Yes.
What's that rate? Like $70, $60, $50?
I used to go through this company, Handy. Have you heard of them?
No.
They give you hand jobs.
Yeah, it's double entendre right there.
Here's the deal. I forget what it was, but for being such a small place, they can crush my place in like 60 to 90 minutes.
Do you remember speaking of destinations in Venice, but the Whole Foods used to have the truck that said like, is it like topless cleaners?
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Joe and I have joked about getting Maddie that topless maids.
That's what it was. Yeah,
it's legit. You see them all over LA.
And then it's real life.
Yeah,
no, it's amazing.
And I bet they do a terrible job cleaning.
I'm sure. Yeah, everyone's there that day. Everyone takes off work that day.
Yeah.
So what is everyone saying? Are we saying we should wait for the STD?
Nobody responded. Don't stop. Okay, don't stop.
Everyone's just don't stop STD.
Ruther got a Venice Beach handy from some boardwalk chicks. Possibly. Yeah, I guess we'll just wait, Tug. And then here's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll turn and hey D'Alessandro, are you still in here? D'Alessandro, are you still in the comment section? Because we could basically take this video and then just edit this down. I'll handle it tomorrow. Just more work. God damn it.
Whatever.
Let me check you know what?
I'm enjoying
Lindsay Stafford,
Joe Praino
she said,
tonight.
check the couch.
Check the couch. Uh-oh. Someone get a still of that. This work right here. Happens sometimes.
Fucking Bush League. This is pathetic. Sometimes. Oh, I was going to say, Nick, that I should, we can just edit this out. I'm just going to keep this one live stream, or should I start a new stream? What do you think, D'Alessandro? Should I start a new YouTube stream and just make this the pre-show? That's probably the smart thing to do, right? Because I can always go back in editing and change the title of this. Yeah, Stanga's right. The pre-show is basically going to be a bonus episode.
Shout out Stanga. I was wondering where Stanga's been. I haven't seen him around the social much lately, so shout out Stanga.
He's always around.
Hope you're doing great, bud.
Yes, Praino, the hat's been addressed. Praino's in here.
Yeah, he's like, what is this debacle that we fitted into?
Oh, the mayor. Tell Andy to check his phone.
I love how people are only communicating to you through the YouTube. You're just a social media cyborg.
Yeah, that's perfect. Why am I doing this on live? I'm so out of it.
Praino, we missed you out here, buddy. This is a sight to behold. Meanwhile,
Perfect.
the Warriors getting trucked right now.
Perfect. We're good to go.
You're showing me a picture of an STD card, like a
STD card. You're calling it.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick says I'll edit it down tomorrow. What a good guy.
Warriors got trucked 113-93 by the Raptors.
Do we save this for the real show?
Yeah. But
I've noticed we've done no sports, which is great. We'll save all the sports for the real show.
Yeah, sure.
This is the can I talk about something real quick?
Talk about whatever you want.
I mean, bro, can I ask you a personal question?
Please.
Somewhat personal.
Oh God.
Do you just have no gray hairs and you're the flow? I mean, I'm just so jealous.
Wow. No, I let my hair grow out a little bit.
Do you color it though?
No, I don't.
Bro, you know how much gray I have?
No, let me see. Is that why you're wearing the hat?
That's everywhere.
That's not that bad.
No, it's bad.
Well, what's Walt's status? What was his status when he was your age?
Walt didn't have anything. My brothers, it's so funny. They've always made fun of me. I'm the only one with hair in our family.
How does that work? Because that's actually a question that I have about brothers. Where like
they call me a gorilla. They've been making fun of me my whole life. Fucking Gorilla Andy with his chest hair. Gorilla Andy. And I'm like, because you guys can't grow fucking beards?
That's a legitimate fear I have for my sons, is that one of them's going to have hair and the other one's not. And I'm like...
No, but here's the funny part. I used to be embarrassed about it. But now in the last 5 or 6 years, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking man. You guys are little bitches who aren't fucking men. But also, it's changed, in my opinion, with women. Like, a lot of chicks get mad if I shave the chest hair.
Yeah.
Girls are, because I think there's no men out there anymore, especially in LA.
Yeah.
So women are like, you're a dude. Like, girls tell me that all the time, that you're, even though I'm not like a manly dude, they'll be like, you're a man. A lot of dudes
I'm not a manly dude.
But I guess I am in some
regard. It's fair to admit that. We all agree.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to? Praino, I got to tell you a story. Praino, relax about the hat. The whole thing about the hat is I just wanted to wear the hat.
We should dial in Praino right now.
I'd have to set up some other shit.
Oh God, yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
I love this Rams hat. So
it's a good hat.
Can I tell you what I said? I told Praino this, and I was going to say it on Dent Report, but I forgot. I got to tell you about what I said last week. Speaking of like talking to girls and being manly and shit. So I go, my buddy's manager's company has this big party in downtown LA, this big like holiday party. And they're also a production company. And it's like a big thing. One of those like warehouses, you know, open bar, open taco buffet. Like it was great. DJ, dance floor. So we get tacos. I go with my buddy and we get tacos. We went with somebody, and I actually went with a girl I had recently met, just like friends or whatever. We go, we sit down. It's me and then 2 girls sit at my table who I don't know. He knew one of them, and then it's my buddy and another girl across. So the girl that I came to the event with says to the girl sitting next to me, "What do you do for work?" And the girl next to me, who I've never met, just sat down next to me, goes, "Well, I've been a writer for 12 years. I've been a producer for 10 years. I've been an actress for 8 years. I couldn't resist. And it just came out in front of everybody." I go, "So how long have you been waiting tables?" I just met her.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and she goes, "Why do you have to be such a douche?" And the whole table is just dead quiet. My buddy's looking at me. He's so uncomfortable. The girl I came with is looking at me so uncomfortable. Like, I can't believe you just said that to her.
Yeah.
But I was also like, I can't believe this girl was like, actress 12 years, you know, right? Like, you're projecting so hard.
Yeah.
But get this. By the end, within 15 minutes, she's, "What are you doing tonight? Meet me on the dance floor. It went from that to literally her saying, "Oh, guys are such bitches out here. You're not a bitch. Like, you'll just say whatever." It went from like her hating me, and the whole table saw all this. They're like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
We wanted to walk away.
Yeah.
It was so uncomfortable. And you flipped that. Oh, by the way, when she also said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a full-time waiter, and I owned it. I didn't back down.
Yeah.
So she didn't know what to do when I said that.
Right. Tell the end of the story. You go anywhere?
No, because I really wasn't that interested in her.
Yeah.
But it was just so.
Because she had no income. I'm kidding.
Israeli girl. She probably had income.
Okay, yeah.
Israeli girl who lives in West Hollywood. Yeah. Praino's theory is this. I told him, and he was like, "You're an asshole." First of all, like that's just a dick thing to say to a stranger.
I mean, as a person who works in both like the entertainment and the restaurant field, like people bristle. I bristle whenever people say stuff like that. So I totally get what she's saying,
but he also said it's hilarious that, like, basically you being an asshole, like girls are always like, we don't want assholes, but like you flip that so quickly from like her being like, you're such a douche to her straight up being like, what are you doing tonight?
High school. Moth to a flame. That's how it is. Being on the bad boys.
But I don't think I'm a bad boy. I guess
so PC.
What's up?
I'm so PC. I'm so like I am that bitch that she's talking about. It's like I would never say anything like that.
Never?
If I really dislike the person.
Not many dudes would say that to a stranger.
Not right off the bat. Like no,
I'm talking literally. She just sat down.
No. Yeah.
She doesn't even know my name.
No.
And I'm saying, how many years have you been waiting tables?
Yeah.
It's really a dick thing to do.
You're kind of proud of it. There's like a little bit of like a smile behind the eyes there.
You know why? I like just being off the cuff. I like taking chances.
Yeah.
And to me, that's taking a chance, right? Like.
But for what reason? What do you gain?
I think I get off on seeing the reaction.
Yeah, there it is.
Not
You're
just
shock jock.
Not just hers.
Shock jock.
That table again. Feeling the tension. Literally, everybody was just sitting like this. But I didn't let it die either. After she called me a douchebag and I said, I'm a full-time waiter, I said, why'd that bother you so much?
Were you wearing the beanie?
No, I was wearing other amazing. I was in full Flag and Anthem gear, though.
Of course.
All right, the mayor says you're buying me paper towels for this. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? This relationship is next level.
Yeah, it's still the pre-show. It's the longest running pre-show ever. How many minutes are we in this? I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm never getting home and go to sleep.
Well, here's the deal, Tug. I sleep on the floor. My bed has been cleaned. You can sleep on the bed tonight.
Yeah, that'll go over great.
Bro, what happened to your phone?
I cracked my phone the day.
Speaking to that mic, buddy.
I cracked my phone the day my youngest son was born. I handed it to the nurse to take a photo, and it dropped, cracked it. And as a person who's pretty anal about stuff like that, I'm not happy about it.
We have a question from Stanga for you.
Stanga!
What is the most controversial thing Tug has said?
Oh, my God.
Oh, shit, Praino. I got to format the SD card? We're 33 minutes live. I got to format the SD card?
I feel like I'm on Truman Show right now.
I just watched that for the first time.
First time. That to me it's a top 10 movie for me.
So good.
I love that movie.
I do too.
So much.
I do too.
I'm so glad. I can't believe it took you 20 years to watch that movie. I love that movie.
I take an L for not watching it sooner.
When you were watching, I mean, it's even more. Think how prescient it was then. Like before we got into this world where like everyone's videotaping everything all day long. I mean,
that was one.
Jim Carrey's unbelievable in that.
Here's what's so good about that movie. I've been thinking about it since I watched. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like random part of the day. I always say if a movie gets you thinking, like within weeks later, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. I thought about that too. I think it came out in 98.
Yep.
Where we're at then versus now.
Small parts too. Like it's cool to see Laura Linney in that. I mean, Paul Giamatti as like that's like right before Paul Giamatti became a thing because he did that part, and he's also did he's in Private Parts.
Howard Stern.
Yeah, and so it's like a top 10 movie for me, 100%. And that's the most controversial thing I've ever said.
Do you swear on here?
I try not to.
Do we still have the lost footage of
yeah.
the Jessica Alba?
We should tell this story. That story's pretty funny.
I think I've told it, but let's rehash it.
You did? Okay.
I think.
Yeah, well, to those who've heard it, like the last time I was on here, I was actually looking through some of the photos. The last time I was on was to celebrate Tiger Woods.
Yes.
And I will say this. I love Tiger, and there's some of my boys out here that are Tiger fans. But ESPN's doing a documentary at the end of the year. You see this? You probably talked about this already, have you?
No.
It's called The Roar is Back or something. I'm just waiting for you and Praino to absolutely destroy this ESPN.
What is The Roar is Back?
It's like a thing about Tiger and his resurgence to the top of the golf world.
How is he at the top again?
No. And as a person who loves Tiger, to see this, I'm like, please, we got to slow the roll a little bit. But to answer your question, the last time I think we hosted.
Well, no, I know what we're talking about. We got to bring up the Jessica Alba thing.
Oh yes,
that was like March.
Yeah, March. It was like so I was supposed to go in for this show, which did get picked. It got picked up to air on some channel I've never heard of, and I was going in to play. I want to say Jessica Alba's husband.
Yeah, you were auditioning to play her husband.
Yeah, and it hadn't been announced yet. We were talking about it on the show.
It was a female version of Bad Boys.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But it hadn't
Gabrielle Union.
It hadn't been announced publicly.
Hadn't been announced that Jessica Alba had joined the show.
Cast.
Yeah, exactly. And then so I was like, "Oh, Andy, like we gotta edit all this out. I'm gonna get crushed if I leak this story." So we spent like the next hour and a half like editing every little bit about Jessica Alba or whatever else we said about the show. And then the next day, literally the day after the
deadline,
announced that Jessica Alba was joining the show. So I made you do talking about work. Every time I come on the show, you have to do a ton of work.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that outside of the recent episode was the most editing I've ever done for a show. Just so you know,
Praino, if you're still on, I'm having a beer in your honor. It's a Deschutes. It's a leftover Deschutes beer.
Yeah, Praino, that's very interesting. If Praino's on, you should hear this. I picked up Miller Lite today because I felt bad because I ran out of beer, and Praino wanted a beer last episode, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta make sure I have beer here." It's part of my job, and it should be part of an intern's job. But anyway, I picked up some Miller Lite today for Tug. Oh, the mayor! The mayor!
I hear from the window.
You drink a IPA instead of a Miller Lite.
Well, it's not that I don't, and you guys have talked about this before. We went to the Rams game. I bought, a 6-pack for Joe and I to enjoy. I bought him a single Miller Lite to kind of wet his whistle, but I'm more of a Coors Light guy. Coors Light beers, Coors Light, Bud Light, then Miller Lite guy. So I'm gonna go a different direction if I can, but I'll drink one for Joe. This is all happening now. We're still live.
The thing is, the mayor won't go on camera, so he's a lawyer. He worries about those things. It's important. Yeah. I get it.
You can watch a Kyrie highlight.
Thank you for everyone who's stuck with us, by the way. I appreciate you guys.
Solve this riddle, this mystery.
I'm a little concerned, though, about formatting this.
I'm excited for the next day's Instagram stories and such when you do find the SD card.
Meet the mayor.
Man, it's a real pleasure to meet the mayor. Real pleasure. What's up, Tug? How you doing?
Oh, I got this for you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Oh yeah, is there yes, right here.
Let me see like format it.
Yeah, hang in here for a second.
Oh yeah.
Why do I owe you paper towels? The mayor. This is what he does, guys. Look at this. Clutch. All right, Praino, I'm gonna have to call you. Are you still there?
Celtics won 7 in a row, guys.
Why do you not think so? I think it's going to have to format to
Very lucky that you happen to be driving by the Ralphs or whatever.
I was heading to Ralph's, and I was like, and he called. I actually heard you talking about it because I was bitching because it's fucking 9 o'clock.
That was my call because it's the only time I can get away from my 2 kids. Yeah, so that's on me.
Somebody called. I was like, yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know. I should know more about this than I do. It's yeah.
All right, I guess we have to call Praino. I love how this is still all live. This is fucking Truman Show. So I'm going to have to format this? Okay, cool. I don't think this isn't one of those ones that like pulls the little thing out, I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
In the meantime, guys, I need a list of any shows I need to be seeing.
Okay.
I'm gonna be watching.
All right. I'm gonna set it
TV
up
for
right
the
now.
next 2 months with this young kid. So I'm watching Barry
This is a disaster. I'm an idiot.
currently. I just finished Homecoming.
I have no clue where the card is. The case is here. I have no clue where it's at.
Next.
I have no clue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did Dent Report yesterday. I don't know where it went.
At Tug Coker on Twitter. Let me know what shows I'm going to be watching, please.
No. Yeah. All right, let me try to mess with this. Thanks, bud.
Joe coming up big from, Tahoe?
All right, Praino said this should be self-explanatory.
For him. Let me get home like 1:30.
It was in there. It wasn't reading it. What the fuck?
This is not okay. This is not okay.
It was in there and it was saying no SD card. It was in the whole time.
No. This is not okay. Praino, do you believe what we're watching right now?
Well, it's reading it now.
Unbelievable. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Mayor.
Nick
Pleasure.
or Mayor. They don't want to give any names away. Thank you. Oh, those paper towels are on me. Yes, of course. Unbelievable. All right. That is unbelievable. It wasn't reading it. I told you I didn't lose it.
You're completely sober, aren't you?
Dead sober.
It's unbelievable. The last hour was the biggest vamp. There's no way that Troy Aikman and Joe Buck could vamp for an hour.
Bro, we're making history, Tug. Do you want me to leave the highlights on or turn them off?
Turn it off.
All right, you ready to get this bad boy going for real? You warmed up?
Are people excited that we just wasted an hour?
This is the most either thing to ever happen to Dirty Sports. I don't know what that means. This is epic. Ruther did Ruther. Thank God Tug is the one with kids and not Ruther for my boy Cutter.
That's true.
All right, guys, let's do it. We are officially recording now. Let's start this all over again. How many minutes are we at? Let me know. Ruther is a medium pizza. All right. Let me know how many minutes we're at because I can't see this. I don't know what it says. All right. Let's get it going, Tug.
Let's do. Oh, hold on. Let me get one more to shoots.
No, I got to wait till you're here to introduce you. I can't believe. I got a pretty good. I probably got a pretty good healthy fridge in there, huh? Yeah, I try to eat good. Ruther needs to get high. I don't need to get high. They love when I get stoned because I don't know if you guys think I'm going to be better because you can't get any worse than this. This has been a medium pizza bonanza.
I mean, yeah. The episode of the show is.
This is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Have you ever used the same title for an episode twice in a row? But medium pizzas. It's.
Ruther is at least a medium and some breadsticks. Thank you.
Hour.
Thank you, Peyton. All right, you guys ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my fill-in co-host, Tug Coker.
Hello, Andy.
You do a great Joe Praino, Tug.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say, because a lot of people are going to be listening to the audio version only of this episode, you should really check out the YouTube because Tug Coker and myself just did a 45-minute pre-show because I thought there was no memory card in the H6 Zoom recorder when it was in the entire time. It just wasn't reading it. A 45-minute pre-show. And it was epic. The mayor was watching on YouTube as he was driving. He picked us up a memory card. We didn't end the pre-show. Here we are, Tug.
Yeah, if you want to watch anxiety, Andy's ass around the camera, looking underneath a couch for an SD card, called the mayor to do us a solid, vamping about kids. Who knows what else?
A girl I pissed off at
a girl
Hollywood party.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was and all to discover that the card was in the camera or whatever the entire time.
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
They're deeming it the biggest Rutherism in the history of Rutherisms.
I think it might be the greatest of all time. And people were saying that you're the archetypal medium pizza.
I'm a medium pizza.
Yeah,
I eat medium pizzas. I am a medium pizza. You are what you eat.
Unbelievable. What an hour to waste. Oh, my God.
I appreciate your patience.
Thank you. I kind of enjoyed it.
Can I be honest with you?
Please.
This was just a ploy because I don't have any friends.
No, I know.
And I wanted an extra hour of your time.
I know this. I'm happy to be here now that I have 2 kids. Getting any time away from my family is a blessing, so thank you.
Well, that's what I'm here to do.
Yeah, well.
And Tug, I'm going to say this. It's a blessing to have you here.
It's a season of blessings, isn't it?
It is.
It's really nice.
What did the mayor get us, by the way? What is that?
It's one of these toys. This is compliments of the mayor. It's one of those. It's Poops candy.
Oh, it poops candy.
Yeah.
Ages 4 and up. Okay, this works for me.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, maybe he got it for my kids. So thank you.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe he knew that we've been on the air for an hour and we were hungry.
Yeah. Although I did eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You did. You told me.
With a sliced banana on top of it.
No honey?
No. I do double-sided peanut butter.
Have to. I feel like that's a big rule. I eat peanut butter every day.
Oh, so you're a peanut butter guy.
Love peanut butter. And I feel like it has to be both sides.
Yeah.
It has to be.
You have to. You know who does that, by the way?
Who?
And who got me back into it?
Who's that?
Bill Belichick.
Belichick goes double-sided?
There's a video of him as the coach of the Browns. You should watch this video.
I will.
Showing how to make the double-sided peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You could have watched that in the last hour when we were vamping on YouTube.
No, I thought it was great. I thought what we did was great.
But peanut butter, banana, no honey, never jelly. Like you just
no jelly. Yeah,
of course. One side jelly, not two.
One side jelly.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't go 2.
That's the correct answer.
You don't go 2. But the banana is the finishing touch. Slice up that banana, you put it on.
I feel like single guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but single guys eat 2x bananas than the rest of the American population. I feel like the banana is the American single male fruit.
I'm big on bananas.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's just like
I wake up banana.
I just feel like there's a thing that a dude always has a banana. When I was in New York, I felt like I would go over to the stand. There's like a fruit stand on every corner or whatever, and you'd always pick up a banana every day.
It's a great fruit, though.
I feel like I've soured on the banana.
No, because especially too, like let's say I run, after a marathon or any sort of race,
Yeah,
it's good for your body.
yeah.
So after I run, I have, like, if I don't have a banana, I'm like freaking the fuck out.
Let's do a quick catch up because we haven't seen each other, and then we'll head right into sports.
Okay.
And dominate. But tell me the latest on the marathon training. Is this real? I only see this from the stories.
I did 15 miles with ease last Monday.
What's the interval? Like how many minutes a mile? This is Tommy Dewey speak. Shout out Tommy.
I was doing like 8:20 to 8:30.
That's good.
But here's the deal, man. My mom's like, "You're training too hard." I don't have any sort of schedule because I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of just let it rip. So Monday I did that again. I go, let's do like 8 to 9. And I did 8 to 9. Now my knee's been sore.
So you're not following any program. You're just like running what you feel like running.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty motivated. And also, if I do 60 minutes of hard exercise 6 days a week, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Take Sunday off to watch football.
Yeah, but a lot of times I run before football. I got like some shit going on in my head right now.
Same day off every week?
No. I didn't do any exercise today.
I hate running. I do run because I feel so good after I do it. But I'm talking about a guy who runs.
Yeah.
If I run 2.5 miles, that feels like I ran to Nevada. Like it's so hard. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", so I'm not like born to run.
You and Praino.
Yeah. Does Praino run? Probably
no,
not,
but
right?
he's been trying to get back into it, and Joe said the same thing.
No.
He gets so bored.
I hate it. I really do. I ran tonight actually. It was just fun to like sweat out. I'm basically sweating out alcohol. That's like that's why I run.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's a time to think.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy.
Like where's the SD card? I'm gonna find this thing.
Yeah. I reflect on things, and I'm uber motivated right now. Like, I already know in 3 months I'll be in the best fucking shape of my life. I already know where I'm headed. I'm gonna go towards that next step of just being a lunatic.
I'm such a lame runner. I want that so bad, but I know like getting to 3 to if I get to 4 miles, I'm psyched. It's so really sad. My wife ran. I love this story about my wife because she ran the LA Marathon.
Okay.
Decent runner, but like just she did all the training and everything.
Yeah.
And I went to support her, and I took a bike over to Beverly Hills around the 15-mile mark. This is like 5 years ago. And I saw her at the 15-mile mark, and I waved. I was like cheering her on, and there was absolutely no one home. Like, she was done. Like I got a little bit scared for her, honestly, because the last 10 miles or whatever 11 miles were just a slog, like running, walking, and then she finished, and like you like one of the things you do is you chug chocolate milk. I guess it's like a thing.
Yeah.
You chug chocolate milk to get sugar and electrolytes and fat back in your body, but she like developed vertigo from the marathon.
I can see that.
I think it's subsided, but like it really just threw me for a loop. Like how crazy, like what a punishment it is on your body.
Well, when I did 15 miles last week, I started getting a very bad pain in my left foot at like mile 11. Then I was like, stop being a bitch. Like literally, I'll tell myself that you're being a fucking pussy, dude. Deal. Mm-hmm. Like that's kind of where I'm trying to be at. Like I started following some of these psychos. Like I like to listen to David Goggins when he goes on Joe Rogan, or I watch his Instagram. This dude's a former Navy SEAL. He is a fucking badass. Like he's one of those guys.
He's just like pushed through pain or whatever.
I mean, this guy, he just put out a book, which I got to get. I mean, you see people like that, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Because I need for me, you have a family, you have kids. I'm not trying to get all deep here, but like I don't have that shit.
Right.
So I need something to motivate me besides dirty sports or comedy. I need something else to fill my holes. Because that sounds that sounded
I like that you caught yourself.
Fill my holes. Because it leads to me speaking of that, it leads to me filling girls' holes. That's what I'm saying. Like it leads to bad shit.
Nice.
Anyway.
Really nice.
That's
I get that. I mean, like, and then we'll transition over. But I get the idea of like motivation. You know, because we're hitting the midway point of life, and it's like that's part of the reason why I went to Europe this summer. Like, I had kid 1 hitting into kid 2, and I was like, can I please go hit off these like bucket list scenarios where I go run with the Bulls, and I go to watch a World Cup final in the country where they're in the final. So like, I get that. I think like with every passing, I think in the end of the year you get even more reflective. Like just December, it's like, okay, basically the year's over. Like, what can I do? What's 2019 going to do?
Well, you had, and we talked about this on the train ride down to the Rams game against the Chiefs. Just relay to everybody who's not aware, your amazing sports, like basically all the things you attended in the last year.
Yeah, it's something I'm trying to like figure out a way I can pitch this out as an essay or article or something, because I just wanted to hit a bunch of stuff this year. It's like, I turned 40 this year, and so I wanted to just kind of commemorate that. And then my wife and I, my wife told me we're having a baby in this time of year, so I was like, I better do this now. So I went to the Rose Bowl starting January 1 last year. My dad went to Oklahoma, my mom and dad went to OU, so when I saw Baker. You talked about how great Georgia running backs were in the last podcast. I mean, think about like Sony Michel and Nick Chubb were on the same team.
Yeah, wild.
Last year. It was ridiculous. So I got to watch all these like guys who are doing really well in the pros playing the Rose Bowl. Transition to a guy that I know you and Joe really love, Tiger Woods. Saw him play at Riviera.
Okay.
In February. Then I flew to San Antonio for the Final Four in March to watch Michigan get crushed by DiVincenzo in Villanova. And then this summer, I planned this for 2 years. I planned this with my buddy Tommy Dewey, who a lot of you guys know, to kind of go to Russia to watch the World Cup. But the U.S. didn't qualify, so we nixed that part of the trip. But I still wanted to do the other aspects of the trip, which were I went to England, and I went to Wimbledon, and I watched Roger Federer on center court, which is like a dream of mine because I'm a big Roger guy. And then watched with one of my buddies, watched England versus Sweden because I wanted to be a part of like the English World Cup frenzy. It's coming home.
Yeah.
Didn't come home yet. And then I jumped over to Barcelona or Pamplona to run with the Bulls.
Amazing.
Capped it off with we flew to me and a couple of buddies just flew to Croatia when Croatia made the final to watch the World Cup final in Croatia. So it was pretty amazing. I mean, it was incredible. It was one of those trips I'll definitely never ever forget.
And then after that,
came back and went to Game 3 of the Dodgers Red Sox World Series, which was 18 innings.
I mean, this is wild.
Yeah, just a fluke that you're there at that game, but like so awesome. And I will say, like the cool story about my baseball playoff history for me is the last time I went to a playoff game that I can remember was in 2003. I was in Boston at the time, and I went to see Pedro pitch. And Pedro threw down Don Zimmer.
You went to the Pedro?
I was at that game in right field.
Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees,
Boston
Red Sox.
Game.
So that was Game 3 of the 2003 ALCS. Saw that from right field. Fast forward 15 years, I'm watching the Red Sox play the Dodgers and goes 18 innings. So I'm part of that, which is cool. And then my wife and I have our second son, and I said nicely, like, he's here. Like, that's no big deal. Can I go to the Monday night game? So I went with you, Joe, and my buddy Tom. We went to the Chiefs. Rams like 54-51.
But it's crazy because even just if you take all the other stuff that you did this year, if you took just those two, think about that. You went to the longest ever World Series game and also the only game in NFL history where two teams scored 50 points in the same year. You attended both of them. That's wild.
No, it's super cool. I just want to say quickly, shout out to my wife who for being ridiculously cool to let me go on these events, and to like spend.
Is she going to see this for the shout out?
No, she'll never see this. She'll never see this. She'll never listen to this. But like, It's on record. But we took the train down. That was fun. I mean, like
I'm going
there's some nice buzz in that area. I mean, that game felt like kind of because we'll forget. Maybe people will remember like it was supposed to be in Mexico.
Yeah.
People will forget that little fact that it became a thing like a week. Right before it happened, that was going to be in LA. So and LA got up for it. I mean, I think we talked about the energy was awesome.
That energy of all the Rams games I've been to and of all the games since football came back, that was a legit felt like, hey, the city cares. Here we are.
Yeah.
Now I'm going this week again. I'm going to go to the Eagles game this week.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure I know there is. There's going to be a lot of Eagles fans down there.
And this is a good transition into the sports world, but like I'm curious to see what happens with the Eagles this week because I still thought the Eagles had a shot. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I still thought the Eagles were lurking because they could shock the world, beat the Rams this week, and make a run.
Sure.
And I think the Cowboys they're on a trap. This is a tough game with the Colts.
Well, before we get into that,
interested to see what they do with it.
I'm going to go to the game and Tug, where I'm going to get those tickets. SeatGeek. Guys, it's the only place you should get tickets for your sports events, comedy shows, concerts. I was looking on SeatGeek. I want to see Sir Elton John in January at the Forum. I've never been to the Forum. So I was looking at tickets on there. I know you're a big concert guy.
Yep.
Well, Tug, you got to download SeatGeek if you haven't already. Check out some of your favorite artists, musicians, because you can see them using the SeatGeek app. Guys, best of all the Dirtballs get $10 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, life's an event. We have the tickets. And who knows, maybe you can use SeatGeek to go see this year's Super Bowl or something crazy, Tug. I mean, why let it die down?
Look, I use SeatGeek to get the Rams Chiefs tickets, and I remember using them earlier this year to go to Troubadour. So I'm a big SeatGeek guy.
You're a big supporter.
I am.
Do you want to talk NBA, then we'll transition into NFL?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Because we end the Thursdays on NFL.
I'm excited about this prediction. I've been watching Mata's competition between you and Joe and your selections this year.
You mean him just putting our picks down?
That's correct.
Okay.
We don't have to put a label on it.
I'm up 13 right now.
You're dominating right now, and it's shocking to me. And maybe this is what happens because I consider Joe to be an aficionado of sports in the NFL. So to see him down 13 is, as a fanboy of Joe's.
So you're more of a fanboy of Praino than mine?
I just think you're more Joe Q public. I just see like you go on the public route and Joe doing inside football stuff.
I don't know what that means. That's a total diss at me, whatever the fuck that means. That's all I know. What I do know is NFL's my shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that like I fucking watch. I do. I watch the games.
It's just built so well. I mean, everyone probably talks about this.
But all my stuff, like, not to like toot my own horn though real quick, all the stuff I've been saying about Goff, even before these last two games, I've been saying that forever.
Yeah.
About like him being suspect, he misses a lot of throws, all these things I see. All the shit I was saying about the Seahawks is happening. I'm just saying, like, I watch these teams play out.
You're saying the Seahawks are good.
Well, Joe and I had a bet. Here we are already doing NFL. We had a bet that they wouldn't win 9 games.
Yeah.
He was so sure on that. They're 8-5.
Yeah.
And they have Arizona, San Francisco left. They're winning 9 games. But do you want to get to NFL? I'm sorry, do you want to get to NBA first?
Let's cover NBA. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in there.
We just watched the Raptors destroy the Warriors without Kawhi. Yeah. And I believe, I could be wrong, whatever. I believe the Raptors are now either 6 or 7-1 without Kawhi. Like, they're winning even when he's not on the court. Are the Raptors finally the real deal? I hate to even say that. When it comes playoff time, can they make it to the finals?
I think they definitely have the talent to get there. I mean, I still think there's a lot of baggage on that Raptors team. I'm not sure people, all my, you make fun of me. All my friends make fun of me for my diaspora of teams. So I like the Cowboys, and I also like the Boston Celtics because my dad's family is from there. But I think it's definitely a 2-horse race in the East. I don't fear the Bucks this year.
Really?
I don't fear the Bucks.
Too young?
I think they're a little too young. They may prove me wrong, but I think they were pretty tough out against the Celtics last year, but I just don't think they're ready. So I really think it's a 2-horse race. I mean, injuries may happen, but I really think the Celtics kind of finally got it together. I've been watching them. They won 7 in a row now, and they're just having all kinds of problems trying to figure out how to implement Hayward back into the lineup. They finally moved him to the bench.
But you guys are on a roll now.
Now they won 7 in a row, 1 in overtime tonight.
Yeah.
Kyrie's getting his game back, so I think there's a lot of residual feeling about with no Kyrie, no Hayward last year. It's like I was the man. Like Jaylen Brown, Rozier had to figure out what his role was as a prominent player in the playoffs. I think they're starting to figure it out. I still think they're the favorite in the East. I mean, but Kawhi scares me. I just feel like there's still some sort of residual psychology issue that the Raptors have. I mean, if they can get through it, great. But I'm not quite there yet.
You're not mentioning the Sixers at all.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Not buying in.
I'm not buying in.
Not even with the addition of Jimmy Butler.
I think I think there's some problems. I mean, you saw Embiid talk about it. He's struggling right now trying to figure out what his role is with Jimmy Butler on the team.
Yeah.
He had a couple quotes out there saying it's not Jimmy, but it's like since Jimmy, it was like it's not, but since.
Which is basically saying it is Jimmy.
It is Jimmy, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's trying to say it may work out, but like the way the Celtics handled the Sixers, I don't know if they don't have a coaching advantage. So I'm still think they're just not ready yet. I don't know. I just don't think. I think Jimmy Butler maybe. I don't know. He might be like a Carmelo kind of type guy to me, long term. Sort of like not trying to. I don't know if he makes the teams better. Somehow.
I agree.
Yeah.
Everyone is such a hard on for Jimmy. I said that earlier in the year when all this stuff started to happen with the T-Wolves. Everyone's all about, guys, what is he really bringing? Like, they had, if you look at Minnesota's roster, even with just their main 3 guys, they were, an 8 seed last year?
Yeah.
It's not like Jimmy Butler's doing that much. Everyone always talks about, he's a great two-way player. He's a great two-way player. Dude, at the end of the day, all that matters is wins, right?
Yep.
In playoffs.
Yep. I think some of the problem with the Timberwolves is they're just trying to figure out. This is just coming to me right now, but I feel like the Timberwolves, their 2 guys are like a representation of like millennial stars in some way, like Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins. Like they're just very enigmatic. It's hard. I think it's hard for some of these older coaches to figure out how to unlock these guys.
Yeah. Like
Towns is really talented. Everyone knows it, but he doesn't have like that killer instinct or that lead dog kind of thing. And everyone, I think, in the NBA who follows it closely is kind of disappointed about what Wiggins has done so far in his career.
I've said that. He's
taking his next step.
I deem him a bust.
Yeah, I mean,
you're the number 1 overall pick, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, people need to figure out how to not to transition to NBA, but NFL, but like there's Kyle Shanahan's 3-10, but everyone's showing this video on Twitter about how well he talks to the team, like because he's pretty young. He's like 36.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, just like kind of. I'm just interested to see who can unlock these kids that maybe aren't like. I want to say they're super talented, but they're not alphas. You know what I mean? They're not alpha. And Jimmy Butler clearly seems like he's an alpha personality. Comes in and just becomes a bull in a china shop. Doesn't know how to like communicate to these people.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
Where does that saying come from?
No clue.
You hear it all the time.
The alpha?
Bull in a china shop.
Oh, I don't know.
That's one I've never used.
You've never used it?
I've never used that saying. Bull in a china shop.
Look it up.
Where the fuck does that thing come from? Look it up. I'm not going to look it up yet.
I'll think about
I'll look it up after the show. But no, I get that. And you actually I think you make a great point as far as the millennials and everybody's kind of, dude, it goes back to what I was saying in the pre-show about I'm a fucking man. Dudes aren't men. These guys are bitches. Kevin Durant.
I love that. No, like 10% of the people are going to understand anything you just said, but they're going to hear, "I'm a man." It's a nice pat on the back for you for yourself.
It is. I am patting myself on the back, but that's what I'm saying. Like Kevin Durant is the prime example. He's the poster child for this. Can you imagine? Tug, can you imagine being the second greatest player in the world, having his talent, and creating burner accounts because you're that insecure? I've said this forever. If I ever blew up, I wouldn't even give a shit about my Twitter. Why would you? Like, you're already famous. Like, you've achieved the success is what I'm saying.
I mean, you have a lot of listeners who are in college and younger, so I'm curious to know what it's like. You and I didn't grow up with only knowing social media in our lives, so these people are just it's the only thing they have. I mean, I think Durant is actually it's interesting you bring that up because I think he's a little older than the generation that I'm thinking of. But I remember you guys brought up Ingram and why Ingram's not blossoming yet, but he kind of falls in the same camp as Wiggins.
I agree.
And Towns is I think there's talent there, but how do you unlock these people who are a little bit more passive or mercurial or whatever word
but
you
it's
want
not
to use.
just that. You got to look at, I think, things from a monetary perspective. Even the top 5 picks 10 years ago aren't making near. You know what I'm saying? Well, dude, it's got to be hard. It'd be hard for me, I think. When you make so much money, where's that motivation going to come from? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're making $20 million a year, I'm not even talking about the stars. I'm talking about, some of these guys who've been in the league for a minute and get that max deal. Remember when all those max deals started a couple years ago? Guys like Matthew Dellavedova are getting, $7-8 million a year? I mean, it's absurd. But that's my point. Where's your motivation?
Shut down point guard.
Where's your motivation come from? He's back in the Cavs.
I know. That trade was ridiculous, by the way.
Can we talk about it?
First round pick as well?
For Delly?
But also for George Hill. They dealt.
Yeah. George Hill's he's a
first and a second rounder, I think, in there. I don't get
he's
that.
the crypt keeper. How long has he been in the league?
And I will say this. I'm a big George Hill guy because when I did that Broadway play 5-6 years ago, he came and saw it. So I'm a George Hill guy for life. But I'm just surprised at this time that he's getting a first round pick moved for him. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But good on you. He got paid. He got paid too. So good on him. But the interesting thing to me.
Okay. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Who is better right now in their career? George Hill or Tug Coker playing Larry Bird 5 years ago? Where do those two stack up?
Man, I don't know.
5 years ago, you was Larry Bird.
I was really good. Really, really good. All I know is I made all the shots the night that Larry and Magic came. That's all that mattered to me.
You did.
I made all 9 or 10 of them. It was a big deal for me.
When are we going to play that voicemail you have of Bill Walton on your phone?
I don't know. I don't trust technology around you. There's an SD card in your
STD card.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's the Andy Ruther STD card.
As it was dubbed in the tube.
But that's not technology. That's just me being a fucking complete idiot.
Whatever.
Right?
So what else about the NBA? What else?
I want to talk early MVP.
Yeah.
I know we're only 26, 27, 28 games in.
It's LeBron.
How is it not LeBron?
It's LeBron. Yeah, it is.
You know how many games the Lakers won last year? Take a guess.
I do know the answer to this. I don't know. I'm going to guess 33?
35. The Lakers won 35 games last year. They already have 17. So they're basically halfway there.
Yeah.
On December 12th.
And everyone talks about how brutal the West is, and it is tough, but I mean they're beating good teams.
They're a game and a half out of first place.
Yeah. And that team without LeBron is
that's my point.
Trash.
Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. And everyone's probably, fucking Ruther and Praino, LeBron slurpers. Who else is the MVP?
And you guys know me. I'm not. I mean, as a person who enjoys the Celtics, I'm not a LeBron slurper, but I still think he's the MVP right now. I can't even think about a person that I would think to be.
That's my point. You can't even think of somebody. LeBron's averaging 28 points a game. This is his 16th season.
Luka? I'm kidding. He's good though.
Doncic is good.
Really good. And fun.
You seen his mom? I always talk about his mom.
No.
MILF. Bro, his mom's like a former model. Total MILF.
Get it, Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I would let Luka watch me bang his mom.
Oh my God.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
Like, you can watch me bang your mom, bro.
Like he's an NBA star, and it's very nice of you. Very nice of you. I mean, I'm impressed by the Lakers team. I really have been impressed. I thought it would be because when he moved to the Miami, they started slow.
Sure.
500, I think, at this point. And then when he moved back to Cleveland, they're figuring it out. Here to be 17 and 10 or something like that.
Or 17 and 10, correct.
Yes. Like that's impressive to see that some of the teams they've beaten already.
If the Lakers get 50 wins, there's no way he's not the MVP.
Yeah, I agree.
They've been terrible the last 3 years.
And they battled some injuries too. Like, isn't it like they've been juggling lineups?
They've been juggling lineups with Rondo. It's been interesting seeing who they've been playing. Kuzma's definitely excelled under LeBron. I basically watch him all the time.
Yeah.
JaVale McGee is having a great year.
He's playing well.
He's having a great year.
Michael Beasley's not having a great year.
He's not really playing that much.
I know.
He's not in the rotation.
No.
But I think it's been a tough adjustment for Lonzo Ball.
What are they going to do with Ariza? Like, just that rumor about Ariza. What pieces are they going to move around to make this Ariza deal happen?
I don't know. That's an interesting. I mean, shit, dude. Think about this. When Ariza won the title with the Lakers, that was 2008. I mean, that's 10 years ago.
But let's look. He was on the Rockets last year.
Exactly.
The Rockets aren't the same team without
Sure.
any defensive presence. I mean, he was like a cool, he was awesome.
He's a good defender. He can shoot well.
Yeah. Good 3-and-D guy, as they call it.
Yeah.
And Luke Mbamute was the other piece that they lost this year. That's,
Can you say that again?
No. No, not at all.
I just glanced at the comment section. Stanga says Anthony Davis is putting up career numbers.
That's a good point.
I think in the NBA though, I don't know. I think that stuff kind of gets inflated. Not inflated, but how is that translating for his team?
I agree with that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And I love Anthony Davis. He's great. But again, like I just don't know how you couldn't at this point in the season, how you couldn't give it to LeBron.
I have an interesting question. Have any eventual MVPs ever been traded mid-season in their MVP year? Because what happens with Anthony Davis if he has a career year and then moves to the Celtics on a blockbuster deal? Like, I'm just curious to see what that would be like.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think so. I can't imagine that's ever happened.
You mean mid-season?
Yeah, because everyone hears the rumors that he's going to LA or whatever or some other place, so they move him while they can. He's having a career year.
I keep seeing Lakers and Clippers for him. I would never want to play for the Clippers. Just everything about that organization is just losing.
LA is such a draw, though. People just really want to play.
Nobody cares about the Clippers.
No, I'm talking about the city.
Dude, I'm going to pull up right now on SeatGeek. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's see how cheap tickets are for Clippers games. Take a guess. What do you think the lowest tickets will be?
I'm trying to think about who else could be an MVP. Kawhi.
Kawhi's already missed like 6 or 7 games.
Well, that's just Kawhi. That's what Kawhi does.
Okay. I'm going to read you the next 3 Clippers games. The cheapest available tickets.
Tell me who they're playing.
Portland Trail Blazers.
Cheapest available.
Cheapest available.
Can we also do Lakers as a comparison?
Yes.
$51.
$23. Dallas Mavericks are the next game after that at home.
$31.
$21.
Why less? I want to see Luka.
Denver Nuggets.
$18.
26. So those tickets for Clippers games on SeatGeek were 23, 21, and 26. Now let me put in the Lakers. This shows that no one in this town fucking cares. Lakers, 3 cheapest tickets. Pelicans next. Take a guess.
84.
156.
Yeah.
Grizzlies, take a guess.
150.
164. And then they play the Clippers at home. My point is this. The other one was 23, 21, and 26. The cheapest Lakers tickets out here are 156 and 164. No one cares. And to be honest, if you're an NBA star and you purposely choose the Clippers over the Lakers, you're the guy at the bar who's like, there's 2 girls, and you're like, I'm just going to go for the uglier chick. I'm just being honest. That's what you are.
Well, you read that article about Durant, right? Talking about the issues of playing with LeBron. Have you guys talked about that?
We talked about it on air.
Okay, so
I read that article.
Give me your bullet points.
The Rick Bucher article?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can kind of see it, but these dudes aren't alpha dogs where they go either. That was Joe's point. I thought it was a great point. Joe's point was like, so KD goes to Golden State and we don't know who the alpha dog is, and they have problems playing with LeBron? Does that make sense?
I think this is a big year. I mean, this is a big litmus test to prove that theory, because they're going to have cap space. The Clippers are going to have cap space. So if people like Kawhi do go to the Clippers, then I think there's some truth to the situation. I mean, I don't know, but
nobody gives a fuck about the Clippers. How long have you lived here?
12 years.
So we're about the same.
Yeah.
I've lived here 11 years. This one story sums up the Clippers. Now, granted, they were awful. My first year here, I'm at a Clippers game. Clippers-Spurs game.
You look unbelievably cozy right now. I mean, is this, you guys, when you're watching this on YouTube, this guy's in full athleisure, excellent looking.
Thank you. Courtesy of Flag and Anthem.
With this beanie hat.
Yeah.
He's been getting killed for on YouTube.
Getting murdered. Destroyed.
But like, you look like the girls I went to college with who were late night, pulling an all-nighter.
Yeah. I feel great.
Yeah. Very comfy.
Well, I got to give a shout out to Flag and Anthem. They are the ones making me feel great. A lot of people are wondering what's going on with their sweatpants, his joggers. These are brand new, fresh. Literally got them yesterday. Joe Praino and I got the same exact pair. We can be twinning it out. These amazing joggers. I'm wearing a very light
it looks good.
Flag and Anthem t-shirt. And you guys, I have great news. We have a new promo code. It has been reset, which means every single person who's already used the code, you can use it again. This month, we're going to get new promo codes every month. Get yourself a Christmas gift. Get a gift for somebody else. The new promo code, if you go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code Dirty December. I bet we're the only one who has that promo code online. Dirty December gets you 25% off. So if you're like, hey, I already used the code. Well, guess what? You can use it again. Dirty December. You can look like me. I mean, Tug can see. I could not be more comfortable.
You're unbelievably cozy, which is a word you use in the holiday season, cozy.
Yeah.
You don't use it the rest of the year. But, like, you look like you – I haven't said Indian style in, like, 15 years. You just kind of just chill out and sink into that couch. It's pretty incredible.
Bro, I mean, you got to watch the interview with McAfee. He says how amazing this couch is to sink into. He loved it. So, guys, go to flagandanthem.com and drop promo code Dirty December to get 25% off your first order. Or actually, I shouldn't say first order. Any order. Any order. They've changed that.
Clippers Lakers?
What's up?
Do you want to conclude the Clippers Lakers?
Well, no. What I was going to say was my one story, and I think I've said this before, that sums up the view of the Clippers living in Los Angeles was I was my first year out here. I went to I went to a few because, when I moved out here, it was the Kobe, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Andrew Bynum teams.
Yeah.
So just like it is now, I used to go to more Clippers games because tickets were cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm at a Clippers game. I go up to grab a hot dog. The entire, like, what do you call it? Like the foyer area where the hot dogs are, the vending machines, is packed with people. All watching a TV screen. I go, what is happening?
All watching.
There was no lie. 50 people huddled around a small TV watching the Lakers game while they were at the Clippers game.
Yeah.
And to me, that sums up how the Clippers are viewed. in LA. Even if they got Kawhi. Dude, let's not forget, they just had Blake Griffin. They just had Chris Paul. What did that translate to?
There was some buzz. There was some
buzz. You turn on LA Talk Radio, what are they talking about?
What was wrong with the Lakers? Lakers.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. It's a Lakers town. It's a Dodgers town. And hopefully it'll be a fucking Rams town soon. As I touch my beanie. So as we move on before we finish NBA talk, like, do you have favorites to make the conference finals? I think you kind of hit on it. You like the Celtics and maybe Raptors. What about the West? You think LeBron can take them to the Western Conference Finals?
I do, because LeBron has shown the ability to do that for so many years.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you bet against LeBron? But for the sake of argument, let's say who else could make it in there. I mean, are the Nuggets too young to get there?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying to think. The Rockets still haven't figured it out yet. They might, but they're still. I mean, they're not in the top 8 seeds right now.
Yeah, you're right though, Tug. You don't want to bet against LeBron.
I just don't think you can bet against LeBron. I mean, I think it's probably exciting for the Warriors would want to see LeBron. I mean, maybe they don't, but like I think they probably still feel like they have the pieces to handle that team.
Dude,
this year.
Listen to this. I'm looking at the current standings. Nuggets are overall number 1 after tonight's Warriors loss. Between the 1 and 8 seed in the West is 3 games. That's wild.
Yeah.
Talk about parity. 3 games.
You know, Praino is, very, very vocal about his lack of enjoyment for Carmelo's basketball. But last year, like I had a bet, I had a side bet with a buddy of mine for a couple $100 that the Thunder would get to the second round of the playoffs. They didn't, so I lost. But like, it's kind of amazing to watch how that team got better this year.
Addition by subtraction, man.
It's crazy. I mean, obviously there's some complications with Roberson's return, which I think he's a big piece because he's so good defensively, and he may not be back. But like, to watch that team, and Russ hasn't even been really 100% the first part of this year. So to see that team,
can you relate to that though? I think I want to put it in just everyday perspective because I can.
This podcast is better without Praino.
No, not at all.
I know. It's a joke, guys. It's 100% incorrect. I love Joe.
Do you, Tug?
I do.
I didn't rape anybody. I don't need to. I showed the mayor that, by the way, today. I had to. I said you were coming on because the mayor's vested at this point in the show, and he's like, "Who's calling?" I go, "My buddy Tug Coker. He's an actor." And I just text him that clip, and he's like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah, shout out to whoever wrote that episode because that was
like your TV debut, right?
It was one of the first things I ever did.
Bro, that's by far the best TV debut of anybody.
It's pretty good.
Like, I don't know how you top that.
I don't know. I'm trying every day.
No, but what I was going to say about addition by subtraction, do you ever have somebody in your life that's really not a bad person, but you cut them out of your life and things get better?
Yeah.
That's basically Melo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody who you think might be a bonus in your life or you think enhances your life, but then you end the friendship or you end the relationship, whatever it is, and you suddenly start to see, hey, my life's getting a lot better without this person around.
This is, I think, a thing where you talk about the money. We talked about it earlier about like these players have the money and stuff like that. Like, Carmelo just has struggled to figure out, like, I have money. He's conflated his ego with his money and his performance. By which I mean, like, he thinks he's super rich. He thinks he's still a star. So he wouldn't come off the bench.
It's wild.
Yeah, like it's like he should be thinking, I got paid. Now I'll do whatever it takes to win.
You know what he is? Let me put it in like a comedy world perspective. He's the guy who thinks he's ready for the Tonight Show or Comedy Central, the open micer, or he's the guy who doesn't know when they eat shit. Like in the comedy world, there's always that comic who's like, I crushed. And other comics will be like, did you not hear nobody laughing?
Yeah.
Like that's what Melo is.
Yeah, I think it's partially that. I think it's partially someone who maybe of like headline at the Laugh Factory. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And years ago, and then still thinks they can headline, and still starts
And it's
bugging
doing
people.
the same jokes.
Yeah, same jokes, and is like, I should, and then he starts to wonder why he's slipping, and someone's like, you should do some extra shows somewhere else to try to get your audience back, and he's like, no, I don't do that. I headline the Laugh Factory. That's what I do. Like, it's not not having a good temperature.
That's a great point.
A good barometer for where you are in the game. Like, it's not quite.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, I really, because I still love Olympic Carmelo. Like, I had a belief last year that they figure out a way to use him in a way that was special, like the Olympics, like 2012, I think. But they didn't figure it out. But
that's also a Boeheim factor. Think about it.
No.
He won it.
Not for me.
He won it Q's with Boeheim. He does well in the Olympics with Boeheim.
Maybe the connection to him playing well with Boeheim. Yeah, I'm not the biggest believer in Boeheim being, a great coach, but
I bet he'd be a dick in real life. He seems like an asshole.
He's pretty funny on some of these interviews. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
You watching a lot of college ball?
PTI, he goes on every year, and he's pretty funny on that. But no, I haven't got any college basketball at all, other than to watch Michigan be really, really good to start the year.
We should plug this. We plugged it in the pre-show.
Yeah.
The world's longest pre-show. I think we set a Guinness Book of World Record with that. We're going to do a live
guys, this is
YouTube day one of March Madness from the opening tip-off through the final game. So it'll probably last about 12 hours, 12, 13 hours. We're going to do a live YouTube stream calling the games. Myself, Tug, of course, Praino.
Some special guests.
Goldberg, I'm sure will make his way over here, hopefully.
He's not in Vegas.
Yeah.
He might be in Vegas.
That's a good point.
Yep.
And who knows? Maybe we'll get some former athletes down here. We have a lot of time. I have a lot of time to work on this. But March,
I love the idea.
You love this.
Yep.
And I know you do, because that just means more time away from two children.
I'll do whatever it takes to get away from my kids. This is hey, if you got kids out there, tell me how to survive this. This is not.
I'll never forget. My one brother has twins. And I'll never forget, I went home. They were born mid-November. I'll never forget that first Christmas, when they're 6 weeks old.
Oh, yeah.
I went to my brother's. I was helping him. The one kid, it's a boy and a girl, would be sleeping. Then the other one would start crying. Like, we were rotating all night. And obviously he normally does that with his wife. We were taking turns. We're in his basement, like sleeping on and off, handling the kids. I did it for one night, Tug, and I was like, this is awful. Like, how do you do this with twins? This is your life? I wouldn't want to put that on anybody.
Twins is really scary. I saw
the movie or Twins?
The movie's awesome.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's a great movie. There's a run where Schwarzenegger did some good comedies. I mean, Kindergarten Cop's like a quasi-comedy.
Kindergarten Cop's good, too.
Good, too. Twins is great. Tonight is your night, bro. I mean, that's a great... Anytime you can pull a classic line out of a film, I feel like you've made your money's worth with the
When I think of Twins, I always think of...
Tonight is your night, bro.
I always think of after Arnold Schwarzenegger, after he has sex, and they pan to his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
He's lying on the hotel floor in a sleeping bag, and they pan to his eyes. I mean, what a great concept! Him and Danny DeVito lost.
It's a funny
twins.
concept. It really is a funny. That pitch must have sold in the room like immediately.
You think?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a height of his powers, and he's like, "How about this great comedy of like the largest man in the world and the smallest man in the world,
the small fat guy."
Yeah. And Danny DeVito was a thing then too, because he was going through like Taxi and the War of the Roses and all these things.
Oh, he's doing a lot.
Yeah.
What a classic.
Yeah. It was pretty great.
That'll be a remade one.
100%. 100%. These remakes are just getting out of control.
What happens? You would know more about this than me. What happens when they remake a movie? Does that initial writer and creator, do they see?
I think so, yeah.
They see a cut.
I can't say for sure, but like, yeah, it's intellectual property. It's
Right?
late, guys.
It's got to be.
Yeah. No.
Speaking of that, any updates that you can talk about?
About our show Now We're Talking?
Yeah.
Guys, I can't wait to have either, come on. When we announce with the show, we're negotiating with a couple, one particular place, hopefully to air the show in early 2019. God. All the jokes will now be stale. But no, the show came out so good. So hopefully you guys were hanging with me. I know a lot of you guys have seen the first season. I think both seasons will air, so everyone will be able to see it. So
I mean, are we going to let my acting abilities go to waste?
You're in the show. You have a line. but more importantly, I have a deleted scene where I cut the scene together of you and Joe, and it's really funny. So I can't wait to show that to everybody. But God willing, we'll get this thing aired in 2019 early.
It's a fucking process, right?
It's just been that's something we'll talk about at length, maybe on a Dent Report or something like that. Like the business is
the business end of Hollywood is
crazy. It's nuts. I mean, you know, because you're trying to make stuff happen here and other things, but I don't think people really have a clue how many people are involved with things getting put on the air.
It's a lot.
It's a ton. And there's there's so much. I don't want to say litigation, but legalese, like, contractual stuff have to take place. It's crazy. And then the fact you never expect a network to implode when you're making something. Like, NBC is not going to up and dissolve. So the fact that we were starting with something with Verizon, which has, everyone knows the name Verizon, for Verizon to have a company that kind of started a platform that dissolved mid-year. It's like this. It's a surprise, but I think ultimately will be helpful because we'll jump onto a place where everyone can see it. So
maybe I'll just get it. I'll get our own network,
and you'll be a star. The line you have is it's a star-making line.
I don't even know my line.
No, you don't actually, because it's all improvised.
I still love that. You call me up, hey, Ruther, can you show up to set tomorrow?
It was like a year ago today or something.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because I put this on the rundown, Tug. Yeah. It's a little over 2 years ago since we all met, since you and Tommy came on Dirty Sports
to promote season 1.
How different is my apartment?
Yeah, it's great. We sat over there. We sat over there, and it was like a square. Like we sat opposite each other.
Praino sat on this thing, my ottoman.
Yeah.
Which now houses all the podcast equipment. There was no the TV situation, my bed, the place being painted. You guys came over and so it begun.
Yeah, it's been
that. You know when it was? I looked it up. You guys first came on Dirty Sports December 1st, 2016.
Really?
All through Michael Costa.
Shout out Michael Costa. He's killing right now on the Daily Show.
He's killing it.
What a beast.
Yeah, all because of Costa.
He's a stud. Can we get to why we're all here, which is NFL?
Let's do it. Let's get to some NFL talk. Week 14.
In the books. We're in 15 now.
Oh, Jesus. See, I'm already losing track.
Moving right along.
Week 15. I hold that 13-point lead on Joe Praino, that 13-game lead. I mean, this would be an epic collapse.
It would be epic.
Like historically epic. Just so everybody knows, Praino will be submitting his picks. He is currently up in Tahoe. He's at Harvey's. Go see him. He's there with Eddie Ift. Go support our guy live. If you're in the Reno area, the Tahoe area, go support Praino. He will be submitting his picks to me, which I will get to Beverly DeLamata. But we have our boy on my left, Tug Coker, going to do some picks with me this week.
I'm excited.
A lot happening this week, Tug.
If I don't go 10-6, I'll be very sad.
You set the bar high.
I do.
Very high.
Are you guys picking against the spread or just straight up?
Spread.
Oh, that's you. Oh, spread. Okay. Yeah.
All we do is with the spread. So, yeah. Do you want to do any stories before we get to the games?
About the NFL?
Now, some of them are related to the games, but there's a couple stories that we might want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
Are not going to be playing in Oakland next year. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out where they're going to be. Are they going to split with the Niners or whatever?
Well, just so everybody knows, the city of Oakland has sued the Raiders. This is uncharted waters as far as a city suing a pro team of how this all went down. Which to me says they're not going to be playing in Oakland. Like you're saying, they're either going to have to go to Levi Stadium or UNLV Stadium.
Oh my gosh.
Sam Boyd.
It's such a crazy franchise right now because, I mean, what a year they've had, the Raiders.
Fire their GM this week.
Gruden deals off his two best players for first-round draft picks that he thinks they're going to be top 10 picks, turn out to be mid-20s, early to 20 picks in the first round. They can't get anything resolved with the...
Wait, I never thought about that. It's a good point.
Thank you.
Holy shit. You don't think that. Yeah. Both of those are playoff teams.
Absolutely.
So those picks are going to be the Bears and Cowboys.
I mean, you could be like 24, 26, 28 first-round pick. I mean, which everyone wants first-round picks, but you're thinking you trade Amari Cooper to the Cowboys, and they lose to the Titans on Monday Night Football to go 3-5, and you're thinking this is maybe the number 9, 8 pick, and it's now turned into be 20 something. So it's just a crazy year for the Raiders. I mean,
you know what my take is this. Just go to Vegas.
Just do it.
And I know they have to play in a 45,000 seat UNLV stadium. The city
Chargers are doing it.
Yeah. The city has sued your organization. Your fans fucking hate you. You're not caring about winning. You left them high and dry. Just go to Vegas. Just do it.
And to tie that together, like Vegas just got the draft for 2020. So there's a lot of buzz for the excitement of the Raiders coming to town. Just get them there early.
So the NFL's finally coming around on all this.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't get all these sports leagues. Gambling's been going on forever. Why is there such a delay?
I mean, Adam Silver, to be fair, is sort of ahead of the curve.
We've always given props on this show. The NBA has always been ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And Major League Baseball and the NFL have always followed suit.
I don't know why. I know we all know why the NFL's behind. I mean, it's just
run by dumbass white guys.
Yeah, it's just
old white men.
Yeah.
But the draft will be there 2020. The NFL draft is headed to Vegas.
Yeah. I would go to that. I would 100% go to that first round.
What would you do? Like if we went out for the draft, what are we doing? Like, are we going to the actual draft or what are we doing?
I think you got to go one night to the draft, the first round. It's 3 hours. It's not the worst.
Or are we just hanging out and gambling?
Well, no, you do 3 hours. But then you go back and just gamble, go to Marquee, go to the nightclub.
Nightclub?
Yeah.
You still going to nightclubs, Tug?
I went to a nightclub for Halloween in Las Vegas.
You were in Vegas for Halloween?
I was.
You ever heard my Vegas Halloween story?
No.
Classic Ruther. Classic.
I love self-proclaimed classic Ruther.
I get so drunk. This is Halloween 2008. I'm not living there anymore. I was coming back. We did a comedy show at Planet Hollywood. A UNLV frat had paid us to do a comedy show.
Were you living there at the time or no?
No. I was living in LA.
This is a return.
Yeah. This is when I used to do those college shows at fraternities. So UNLV frat pays us to do a comedy show at Planet Hollywood, one of the theaters, and it's packed, but none of them care because it's literally Halloween. Yeah. They don't want to hear comedy. The show goes bad. It's like 250 kids, but whatever. Afterwards, I get so fucking ripped. I'm wearing this giant pumpkin costume. It's meant for children. But I'm trying to go as a pedophile. I had a mustache.
Yeah.
So the costume, like...
Trying.
Yeah.
Trying to go.
The costume on a child will go down to its feet. But for me, it cuts off right above, like, the groin area.
Yeah.
And I just wore polka dot underwear underneath. So literally, you just lift up, boom, there's my little fucking polka dot fucking, underwear. And I had my phone and my wallet just shoved in there. I get so drunk, I somehow lose my friends. And I come to, miles from the Strip. Dude, this is like hangover before hangover. I'm walking in a suburb at like 6 a.m. The sun's coming up. I'm in this outfit. No phone on me. This is what I had on me. One credit card, one condom, and that was it.
Wow.
This is 2008, man.
Wow.
So basically, I found my way to a gas station. At this point, it's fully sun up. There, everyone's looking at me like a weirdo. I go in the Jack in the Box a couple times. I know I've told this story, I think maybe on Dent Report. And to make a long story short, I end up back at my buddy's place who lived in Summerlin at noon. I knocked on his door wearing the pumpkin outfit and said, "Can I walk in?" And I'll never forget the words he said. He just looked at me. His mouth dropped wide open because I'd been with him the night before. And he just goes, "What the fuck, Ruther?" And I had to write my taxi driver a check because I didn't have any cash on me.
And this is the kind of fun we're going to have at the 2020 NFL draft.
You ever been so drunk, Tug? The sad thing is, this has happened to me so many times. You ever been so drunk, you just come to, and it's 6 a.m., and you're walking like, I literally was 5 miles from where I had been last.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just totally blacked out.
Dude, I bet you I blacked out, no lie. This would pain my parents to hear this. I bet you in my life, I've easily blacked out 1,000 times.
So I'm like, 1,000?
1,000.
That's not a real number.
Swear.
That's like as many times as you got drunk, probably. So like you were
Dude,
1-to-1.
I was blacking out. I have the lowest tolerance for that stuff. Black out all the time. I bet you in college, yeah, easily in college, I was black. If I'm drinking on Friday and Saturday, I'm blacking out at least one of those nights.
Did your brothers have the same sort of tolerance?
No, well, it depends. I have a really low tolerance, though.
Yeah.
Really low. That's why, like, me and alcohol.
Yeah, that's good. You're going to take a break.
Yeah,
Permanent break.
I'm glad I'm on this 4.5 year break.
Yeah.
So the NFL draft.
Yeah, what about that?
Well, Tug, I'll tell you one thing I would not black out doing because it's such an amazing product is shopping for some Chill Boys underwear. I was just talking about the polka dot underwear. Now, if I had the Chill Boys underwear when I was blacked out, I could have probably kept some more things in there.
Yeah.
The thing about that underwear I was wearing that night is they were so tight. So Joe and I now have this amazing product called Chill Boys. And I saw one of the dirtballs sent me a screenshot. He just bought some. You ever have underwear that there's not enough room? Like you feel everything's fucking all tight?
Definitely.
Not with Chill Boys, guys. They're cool, soft, and they're quick to dry, which I love. They're made with high-tech micro mesh fabric to wick away moisture and keep the fellas cool and dry. No more sweaty balls. Guys, it says it in the read. No more sweaty balls. You don't have to deal with that with the Chill Boys. So, guys, upgrade to Chill Boys. Get your underwear in check for this holiday season. Simply go to chillboys.com to save 20% on your first order. Use discount code DIRTY20. That's DIRTY20 to save 20%. Okay, it's pretty obvious why they're doing it DIRTY20, guys. You save 20%. So go to chillboys.com, drop promo code DIRTY20 to save 20%. And I love they have mesh underwear. They're like mesh shorts, but they're underwear. I wear them to sleep at night. So my balls are chill because they're Chill Boys. Tug's just nodding his head.
I actually want to try that.
Yeah. You want to try mine?
Not yours.
All right. You want to get to these games, Tug?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll hit these other points while we're talking about. I'm excited about Lamar Jackson.
You are.
I am.
This is an interesting take.
I know. I think I a little different than you and Joe on the running quarterback.
All right. I'm going to pull it up, make it easy for us to see.
Let's do it.
Can you see this? How's your eyesight?
Really good.
All right.
Really good.
Of course it's good. You fucking played Larry Bird.
That's right.
On Broadway.
That's right.
Larry Bird has great eyesight. All right. So we'll start with Thursday night, and I'm excited about this
Great game.
Chargers at Chiefs.
Yep.
Chargers are kind of my Super Bowl favorite right now.
I think it's a great call. I like the Chargers a lot. I do. Similar to the Raptors we talked about earlier. I get a little scared about the psychology of some of that franchise. I'm nervous that I'm a little nervous that they collapse when it matters. But I like them tomorrow night. I like this team tomorrow night.
You like them to win?
It's 3.5 right now.
Because I'm going to go on a limb right now.
Say they win.
I'm going to say it. You heard it here first. The Los Angeles, let's put Los Angeles in quotes, Chargers are going to go into Arrowhead Stadium and they're going to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. Phillip Rivers, this is his year. He's going to the Super Bowl.
That's a great call. I know he struggles in Kansas City. There's been I don't have the facts in front of me, but I know he's had some problems scoring the last couple of years in Kansas City. I like the Chargers. I think people have sort of forgotten the Kansas City struggled. Maybe it's the residual Kareem Hunt effect. Like it takes a big fourth down throw.
They struggled against the Raiders.
Struggled against the Raiders the week before that.
Struggled against the Ravens.
Well, I'm saying that
struggling with teams that start with an R.
I like the Ravens though. I think the Ravens they're a team that I don't think you want to see in the playoffs, whether it's Flacco or Lamar Jackson, just because how many. I want to talk about that. We'll talk about that game later, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs tomorrow night to cover the 3.5 in a close game. But I just feel like people have forgotten that Kansas City is how good they are. They're winning and they're winning ugly right now. So I'll take them to win by.
I think
6.
the Chargers defense is underappreciated and they're flying under the radar.
Very good defense. You can run on them. So, what's interesting about tomorrow night is
there's a lot of injuries going on.
Spencer Ware is not playing tomorrow,
exactly,
or is doubtful, I should say.
And Melvin Gordon's not playing.
Melvin Gordon is also questionable. There are some discussions that he might be available. Austin Eckler is out for the game. So
Tug Coker's our Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, that's right. So I think it's Josh Jackson is the next man up for the Chargers. So if you're in your fantasy semifinals, get ready to fire him up because Kansas City gets crushed against the run. But I also think that Los Angeles, one way to beat them is through the rush too. So it's not going to be Spencer Ware. It's going to be Damian Williams tomorrow night. And I think.
What do we make of Anthony Lynn, Chargers coach?
Oh man,
because here's my opinion on him. I'm not sold on him yet, though. To me, he always has that look of like, it's kind of similar to the Marvin Lewis look, and I don't know if I'm just picking on black head coaches now, but it's like what the fuck's going on?
The thing about Anthony Lynn is I'm not sure what he does.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I think there's just so many lingering. Like, talk about the psychology of the Chargers. They still have kicker problems. Like, they actually have a good kicker.
No, but they have problems.
But they still
Badgley?
They still have some problems.
He's suspect.
They have problems in that special teams game. So
who's a better kicker, that Badgley or Penn Badgley, the actor?
Penn Badgley is an excellent kicker. I watched some of Gossip Girl when they weren't rolling. Very, very good from 35. I want the Chargers to be good because I really think that they're an underrated team the past couple of years. Injuries have got them. Hunter Henry, is a great tight end who's been out for the year. So
do you know what I want?
What? LA versus LA?
Well, no. This is what I want. Because to me, this is a big FU to Dean Spanos, to the NFL, how the whole relocation was handled. I want the Chargers to end up getting a home playoff game, which means they have to beat Kansas City tomorrow. And they, I don't know what the tiebreaker situation would be, but I want the Chargers to have a home playoff game where it's not a home playoff game. Are you following?
Yeah, I hear you.
Where the majority of the fans are from the other team, because this situation has been so embarrassing. I want the big middle finger to the NFL, to the owners, and especially Dean Spanos.
I think they can easily be the 4 seed. I mean, they play that 4-5 wild card game. Even if they lose tomorrow, I think they're still in the running for that.
But they wouldn't be a no. The top 4 seeds are the division winners. east, west, north, south.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
That's always the controversy with the NFL.
Yeah.
You have to
Sorry.
win your division to get a home game. So that's
five,
the irony. Yeah. The Chargers are going to finish with a better record than
that's right.
maybe the Steelers, but they still have to play on the road. Remember that when a few years ago Carolina had a much worse record than Arizona?
Yeah, and then they ended winning.
Yeah, because they had their backup because I think Palmer was hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm going to go with the Chargers to straight up win. It's my upset pick of the week. All right, moving along.
But I just want to throw out that
go ahead.
The home team on Thursday night has been dominant this year.
It's true.
I want to say like 12-2 or something like that.
That's a good point.
So anyway, maybe that's just regression alert for all you fantasy and betting nerds out there. Regression alert. So we'll see.
Now they have to look up the word regression.
Yeah.
Okay. Texans at Jets. The Jets are a 6-point dog at home. Who you got, Tug Coker? I am going to go with Houston. They didn't win last week. They ended their 9-game win streak. I think they bring it back. They have a good defense. The Jets, I don't even know who's playing quarterback at this point for them. Is it Darnold? Is it McCown? I don't care. I'm gonna say Houston and New York covers.
No, it's gonna be Sam Darnold. They got embarrassed a few weeks back at home against Buffalo, and they came back and avenged that loss last week, winning on the road, divisional game against Buffalo. Sam Darnold played decent enough to win. I like Houston this week, bouncing back off of loss to Indy. If you guys go on online and you follow Josh Hermsmeyer, known as Frisco Josh, he does a thing called he's a big data guy, and he has a thing called an air yards report. He kind of invented the term air yards, and he puts out a weekly report of guys to bet on if you're doing daily fantasy or whatever like that. He has I'm blanking on the name because I have two kids. What's my boy's name? Who's the best wide receiver for the Texans?
Jesus Christ.
This is so sad.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Thank you. DeAndre Hopkins is the number one buy for the week in DFS. Apparently he's never been on this list before. It's like people who are sneaky buys in fantasy.
Yeah.
He's number one on the list this week. So look for when DeAndre Hopkins goes off this week, think about this.
So you have them covering at 6?
I do.
All right. Moving on.
Who likes to take a road fave of -6? That's a disaster.
Yeah.
You're not going to get paid very often doing that.
Cleveland at Denver. The Broncos coming off a bad loss to San Francisco are 3-point favorites. Cleveland had a good game last week. Baker Mayfield played well. I'm going for Denver to win and cover. It's in Mile High, not an easy place to play. Baker Mayfield, he's very hot and cold. He's basically your typical rookie quarterback. He has moments of greatness. He has moments of, I'm a rookie. I think he comes down to earth this week.
I like Denver as well in this game. I think it's like a perception thing where people are going to probably betting on a Cleveland team that has got some momentum. People look at Denver and say, well, what a bad loss against San Francisco. I think the Emmanuel Sanders thing is an issue. I think they're trying to figure out who's going to take over that role. But in that same air yards report that I just mentioned, they have Cortland Sutton on there, a guy who let down a lot of fantasy players last week. Look for him to have a big game. I think they get it done this week. Denver's going to stay in the playoff hunt with a win.
Yeah. All right. So we both agree there.
Yeah.
Moving along, the Packers at the Bears, a rematch of that week 1 epic Sunday night game where Aaron Rodgers came back, led the Packers to an amazing comeback. 6-point Bears favorite coming off a huge win against the Rams, the game you heard Joe and I call here on YouTube. What do you think of Mitchell Trubisky?
No, I heard you guys. I listened to a lot of that. If you want to call that broadcast from you. And
Whoa! We're not using the term broadcast.
I'm putting that in air quotes. I said this in the pre-show, but
You're coming in prepared. Looks like you're trying to pull some stats.
yes, I did. I just want to say some quotes some Rutherisms. There's a flag on the penalty. I'm sorry. Flag on the penalties.
All right, hold on. Let me tease this up a little. So these are Rutherisms from last week's live Sunday Night Football Bears Rams.
And I think this is a testament to how good these guys are. Like, we all evaluate the broadcasters. And I look, TC Minute. I'm the guy that studies these broadcasters and rank them. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. Like,
yeah.
Let's start from the top. These are some of my complete fuck ups.
Well, you called Tariq Cohen Tyreek Hill. And one of my favorite lines was, "You go first down." Yeah. You said you needed an earphone from
producer,
a producer, which is called an IFB in the world, but we'll let that one slide. But you said two of my favorites are, there's a flag on the penalty, and the penalty that you called out was a block underneath the legs.
I didn't say chop block.
Not a chop block. It's a block underneath the legs. So those are just some of my favorites from the week. So
it's not easy.
It's not easy. And we all have a tough time with the people that we hear every week. I mean, these people are on TV every week. The Chris Collinsworths of the world.
So I am at Jason Witten's level.
You're probably below Jason Witten, which is hard to imagine.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you put me in a booth and I was fucking around, like, I think I'd do better.
I think it's just amazing I think it shows how good Romo is, just to walk in and just be ridiculous.
I almost feel like I want to do a legit me calling a game now.
Well,
I feel like
we should get ready for March Madness.
I've been challenged.
Gauntlet is thrown.
The gauntlet has been thrown right into my dent head, just right into the head. Went straight through my scully that I'm wearing. Is that what they're called? Scullies?
It's regional. Some people call it that.
Okay, yeah. It's thrown right through. March Madness, day one. We're going to have to pick, say, Ruther.
That's going to be so hard. I think you should do one more NFL game because, like, you're not going to know. You couldn't even study for one game on Sunday Night Football. How are you going to study for, 16 games?
And by the way, when we call the game for March Madness, all I'm doing is smoking so much marijuana all day. Like, you think me messing up those names was bad Sunday?
We're going to be like Bill Walton and Dave Patch. That's what it's going to be like. I'm going to try to keep it together, just be the straight guy.
Yes. And here's the best part. I have to run a marathon literally 3 days later.
Oh, yeah.
The marathon's 3 days later.
That's how all the greats train, though.
Bro, I'm not messing around.
No.
It's all mental. All right.
Trubisky. You asked about Trubisky. And I just want to say, like, I heard you guys are sort of lukewarm on him.
Yes.
I'm a little bit more bullish on Trubisky. I have some emotional ties to him because he is a fantasy quarterback that I own. And I've watched him play a lot this year, and I think he was a little rusty. He reminded me of the Trubisky from week 1 to early on in the year, just doing first reads and then scrambling. Like I saw, middle of the year, he was awesome. So I'm hoping we get back to that. I think he does a pretty ball. I think his throwing motion is awesome to watch. We also forget that he only started 13 games in college. He doesn't have a lot of real game time under his belt. He's still learning. He's learning under a good system. I'm bullish on
okay.
Trubisky. I mean, it's tough when you don't take Mahomes. In the same draft, like that's a tough comparison.
Sure,
but I think I called last year that the Jaguars were going to have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and they almost did.
That was a good call.
I think the Bears were that call for me this year, and it's easy because they look really good this week. But I'm
not against that.
I think they got a real shot to make some noise.
Well, with all that being said, I'm taking the Green Bay Packers to cover.
I like the Bears. Here's why I like the Bears. That line is crazy. -6 to me sounds crazy. Who wants to give Aaron Rodgers 6 points?
And that's why I'm taking it.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like a sucker bet to me. I feel like I got to take the Bears in this game.
All right. Well,
There's
I'm
no
taking
reason.
the pack. And Aaron Rodgers, I trust. All right. Detroit at Buffalo. We're not really going to delve into this game. The Bills are a 2.5-point favorite at home. Sure, I'll take Buffalo. That's my take.
Matt Stafford's been really disappointing this year, right? And look at the skill players that are on Detroit. I feel like Detroit used to have like a pretty fun offense. I don't even know what they have anymore. No, I mean, it's Kenny Galladay, Zach Zinner.
They have what's his name? What's the receiver? Is he
Marvin Jones is on IR.
I was just gonna say Marvin Jones is injured.
Done.
Okay, yeah.
But here, there's a gambling theory out there that teams get excited to play away from their because they get crushed in the media at home for being bad, so they're excited to play on the road. They won last week against a terrible Arizona team. They still won. I think they're going to do the same thing here in Buffalo this week. I'm going to take Detroit.
All right. The Bills
What like 3
at the Ravens. Now, big news this week out of Baltimore. Joe Flacco is healthy.
Yep.
However, he's not going to be starting. They are going to stick with Lamar Jackson, who Joe and I have really made a lot of jokes about running a high school style offense. It's not pretty. Have you watched him?
I actually have not watched him play, and
I've watched him.
It's not good.
I've watched multiple games, like large chunks, if not full games. They can't throw the ball. Now, he's a good runner.
Yeah.
To me, you're a broken leg any play. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're big favorites. Look, the Flacco thing's interesting, man. I looked it up and I put this on the rundown. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
I did.
Flacco's never thrown for 30 touchdowns in a season. Isn't that wild? In his entire career, Joe Flacco has never thrown for 30 touchdowns. Like, that's not that many.
He's elite, though. Is Joe Flacco elite?
Dude, that playoff run, I had to relook it up. That playoff run when they won the Super Bowl, he threw for like 1150 for yards, 11 touchdowns. This is in 4 games, 0 interceptions. Think about that run.
Yeah.
Like, that's a once-in-a-lifetime run that he did for 4 games.
Can you name multiple offensive weapons for the Ravens over the past 10 years? Name some wide receivers.
Steve Smith.
But that was late Steve Smith.
Torrey
Smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going big names. I'm just.
Well, I'm saying that's my point.
I'm just trying to name names.
What are some names? Anquan Bolden was on there for a while.
I was just gonna say Anquan Bolden.
But I guess that's my point. Is like they're.
Are you making? So you're saying Joe Flacco's had nothing to work with?
I'm saying I don't.
By the way, I'm not anti-Flacco. I'm just kind of breaking him down.
I'm pro Lamar Jackson, and I'm excited to explain why. But
okay.
But I'm saying the Ravens have never been about offense, and it's like I can't think of. I'm just saying. I guess it's the evidence is because I can't name any players that have gone in and crushed. When I think about the Ravens offensively, I can't think of anybody. Jamal Lewis from the early 2000s before Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Ray Rice. Nah, I mean.
No, he really hasn't. He really hasn't had the receivers.
Steve Smith was a good piece, but that was after
Todd Heap.
Todd Heap is exactly what I was going for. Arizona State.
I mean, that's all I'm working with here.
What's my boy Dennis Pitta? With his legs blown off.
I shouldn't laugh, but when you said when he got his legs blown up, I just pictured an IED in like Iraq.
Lieutenant Dan.
Like an IED in like Iraq or Afghanistan, just blowing his fucking legs off.
I mean, no one loves the tight ends more than Flacco. But here's why I like Lamar Jackson. And again, you throw the Chicago Bears. I guess I'm liking the defense of teams to surprise.
They
but,
were
like,
fun to watch against Kansas City last week.
really fun, and they should have won that game.
They should have.
You know, like if Lamar pulls that game out, or whatever, there's no 4th and 10 joke throw or ridiculous throw by Mahomes.
RG3.
Mahomes to get that 4th and 10. They're up 24-17. They win the game. Then it's a no doubter that Lamar stays on board. And yeah, he's had some big, easy wins against Oakland and Atlanta and Cincinnati. But now he's got Tampa Bay, and then he's got Cincinnati again. So I feel like
no, they already played Cincinnati.
They play them again. They played them the last.
No,
they play Cleveland.
Yeah,
play Cleveland last game.
The Bengals beat them earlier in the year.
That's right.
So Thursday Night Football.
So to me, what's exciting about Lamar is he's got that team hyped up to play. They're playing for him.
I agree.
Yeah.
But again, he's one quarterback run away from a broken leg, a torn ACL. You just can't do it in the NFL.
I agree with that, but I think if you look back to just last year when Foles steps in, there's not a lot of better backups than Joe Flacco. It's like you change your system.
Oh, I agree with you there.
But Flacco is not. I mean, they have to change some of the plays.
Sure,
but Flacco can still get it done. So I think it's
not a bad situation.
A good situation to be.
Yeah.
And I think I was thinking about this the other day. When Peyton won the Super Bowl with the Broncos, didn't he get I think he got benched for a few games for Osweiler. And then Osweiler, I think, got hurt for a couple plays.
He did.
And then Peyton came in.
In fact, Brock Osweiler, do you remember this game? Brock Osweiler led the comeback
against the Patriots?
Against the Patriots on Sunday Night Football. The game in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Peyton came back and then took him on that run. So I feel like the defense is playing. It's the number one defense in the league, I think.
Look, dude, I watched the Kansas City game. Mahomes made some amazing throws, but I said this on last episode. They also had him lost at times.
Yeah.
And the announcers were talking about it.
Yeah.
I believe it was Romo. Romo said that. He's like, this defense has him lost at times. I'm all in on that. Look, I agree with you. I'm all in on the Ravens defense. I just, come playoffs, I'd rather have Flacco. My point is this. My point is this with Lamar Jackson. I'm not disagreeing with that Lamar has them hyped and that he should stay the starter. But I'm also saying at the same time, Tug, if you have a quarterback who can't throw the ball, you're fucked in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I totally hear that, and I think I'll probably lean Flacco in the playoffs too. But it's doing a couple things. Teams will adjust to Lamar, but right now, a lot teams are averaging over 4 point. That was always the base, 4 yards per rush in the NFL. That was the average.
Yeah.
This year, teams are averaging more than 4 yards per rush. Teams are trying to defend the pass, so teams are vulnerable against the run, and the Ravens are doing that. And the other thing that's doing is that I think they run 71 plays a game per average with Lamar Jackson. That's number one in the league. They run 71 plays of offense per game. And what does that do? Keeps the defense super, super fresh.
Gotcha.
So they're eating up the play clock with running. So
that's a good point.
So I think, yes, there might be a time when it's turn to Flacco, but these players aren't getting beat up. I think Baltimore could make some waves.
I agree.
In the AFC.
So, I agree.
Having said all that, I like Tampa Bay in 7.5 this week. I don't normally want to go against Baltimore in Baltimore. They're a pretty good home team. But
that half point is huge.
I like that. I like that hook.
That half point is huge.
Bay.
I am also going to say Tampa Bay. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go Baltimore.
I like it.
All right. This game, there's no line. Arizona at Atlanta. Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
So Joe and I will have to come back.
I saw the line at 9, I think, earlier in the week, but
me and Praino will. Yeah. We'll decide that before the game.
I'll send mine in.
Okay. Cool. Oakland at Cincinnati. Here's two terrible teams. Dude, remember the Bengals started 4-1? The Bengals started 4-1. They're 5-8. They've gone 1-7 since then.
I know this because I've been following Joe Mixon really closely in a lot of fantasy leagues, and I think he's, aside from his personal struggles, challenges.
Struggles. You mean
I don't want to say struggle. That's the wrong word.
the
He's
struggle of hitting a girl in the
yeah,
face?
that's not poor choice of words. But he's played. I think he's underutilized this. I'm excited to see what a new coaching regime could do with some of the players because Tyler Boyd's good.
He is good.
AJ Green with healthy is really good. Mixon's I think is a beast. Eifert
Bro.
can't get healthy, but Uzama's not bad.
Eifert, yeah. I'm going to go with
legs blown off. Sad. So sorry, Tyler.
Do not apologize.
Um,
His legs get blown off literally every year he walks into an IED. Tyler Eifert literally walks into an IED every year.
yeah.
I'm going to Oakland.
I like Cincinnati in this game.
Driscoll.
I'm going to tell you why.
Jeff Driscoll.
I actually like Jeff Driscoll, but here's why I like Cincinnati. Cincinnati hasn't won in 5 weeks, whatever. Oakland's just coming off a big game against Kansas City, a big win against the Steelers. This is a big letdown spot for me, for Oakland. I like Cincinnati to win. I think they're going to win pretty big in this game.
All right. I'm sticking with Oakland.
Stupid.
The Titans at the Giants. 3-point New York favorite. An interesting game here. The Giants have been playing well. Looks like they finally figured out their offense. Saquon Barkley, who I said was the best running back in the NFL early on.
I heard you guys talk about that on your last podcast, and
I was crucified.
Amazing to watch when they're actually have like some scheme and some good offensive linemen. He's so scary.
He's amazing.
He's awesome.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I like the Giants too.
I'm not sold on Tennessee. Now, what do you think? Joe and I have argued a lot about Marcus Mariota. What do you think of him?
I want to believe in Mariota. I don't think he's in. I think they might need an OC that could really help him play that style that really lets him flourish. The kind of quick passes, use some. He has some mobility. I know you guys are anti mobility in quarterbacks, but that's something he does really well. I think the jury's still out. I think I'm disappointed with what his performance. I was kind of higher on him than he's been so far in the NFL. I thought he'd be better.
I mean, he had a great playoff game.
I thought he'd be better
in Kansas City last year.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, outside of that, Praino would argue with me on this. Outside of that, it was him and Winston, right?
Yeah.
Where do those guys stack up?
And we're coming into the time of year where these guys are about to re-up potentially for deals. So what are these franchises going to do?
What do you think about those two guys?
I think you re-up for Mariota. I think you stay on board. Winston, I think, is interesting just because of his
baggage,
his personal struggles.
All these guys have a lot of struggles.
A lot of struggles.
I'm Tug Coker. I'm going to be the counselor for the NFL players. I handle all personal struggles.
That's right. I think they're both going to stay with those two teams because his quarterbacks are hard to find. But I don't.
But my question to you is: are you sold on one more than the other?
No. I don't love either one. I think they're both middle
of the pack.
Middle of the pack for me.
All right. Well, we both have the Giants in that game. Moving on, the Dolphins.
Which is surprising because I would say that's about the Giants. They're playing well. They should be tanking right now. They're actually playing good football. The Titans need the game more, which it's a surprising line by Vegas because they just crushed Jacksonville. To be underdogs, I think is surprising because they've beaten some big teams.
The Giants just crushed the Redskins.
Yeah, but who cares about the Redskins? They had Mark Sanchez
and Josh Johnson.
The Titans.
Johnson and Johnson. I literally think the founder of Johnson and Johnson, the place that does toothpaste and fucking what do they do? Dental floss and shit, and baby shampoo.
You know what's interesting to me? I thought Josh Johnson was a different quarterback. I remember Josh Johnson now, but who was the other Josh? There's another Josh.
The other black Josh.
Yeah.
Old Tampa Bay quarterback.
Yeah. I thought that was him.
Josh Freeman.
Yeah. I thought Josh. In my head the whole time, I was like, oh, they're picking up Josh Freeman.
Me too.
And it was Josh Johnson. I was like, oh, yeah.
No, Josh Johnson is the adopted black son of the founders of Johnson and Johnson.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh.
All right, moving on. The Dolphins, after their huge walk-off win, head to Minnesota where they're 7-point dogs. Minnesota is coming off an atrocious offensive night against the Seahawks. 7 is big. Vegas is putting nothing into that win against the Patriots. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, who just fired their offensive coordinator, are 7-point favorites? What do we make of that? It's a big spread.
Yeah, I think I lean Minnesota in this game just because Kirk Cousins is 0-7. He's never won on Monday Night Football. He's been terrible.
Kirk Cousins has not beat a winning team this year.
He's terrible in prime time. Terrible. I guess his best game was against the Rams in that Thursday night game where he had some good throws.
And they still lost by 2 touchdowns.
Still lost. I just feel like their defense is really good. I mean, yeah.
Kirk Cousins is kind of like, he kind of is? He kind of is following that same line of Andy Dalton.
Wow.
But he is. Put up some numbers, not win playoff games, primetime melts.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good call.
I'm telling you. Kirk Cousins is the non-ginger Andy Dalton. Is that our title?
That's your title, yeah.
Kirk Cousins is the non-ginger Andy Dalton. Do I need to mention the ginger part?
Yeah.
Just Kirk Cousins is Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Did you watch that Monday night game?
I did.
The Vikings defense played so well. So well. They couldn't do anything on offense.
And you saw some of the Thielen. You hot mic, right?
Oh yeah. Dude, this
should have been all fucking night.
This
should have been all fucking night.
This TV, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think the dirtballs who follow us on Twitter, and I don't know why you wouldn't, at the Dirty Sports, have picked up. I love tweeting out the hot mic. So this is a new TV. I can go into a mode on my TV called sports mode for not only picture but sound. I don't know what it does, but I pick up when I go into sports mode, it picks up everything.
Yeah.
So people have asked me, they go, how do you hear all this? I hear everything. If you came over, you're going to love March Madness.
Can't wait.
You put it on sports mode, I'm not exaggerating. I got to give a shout out to LG for this. The LG TV, you feel like you're at the fucking game. And I heard it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Thielen and everybody was tweeting about it. Kirk Cousins looked awful. Now, I know the Seahawks have a good defense. I don't want to take anything away from their defense either.
And not just a quick aside, but like Adam Thielen has been awesome this year. I mean, Kirk Cousins has been giving him the ball. Like, I don't want to say like it's not like you should maybe slow down a little bit on Kirk Cousins because the first half of the year, Thielen was breaking records. So it's like he's not trying to avoid throwing to you, big dog.
Yeah.
I
see that point.
So
I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
2 weeks in a row because remember when Adam Thielen got into a Belichick also the week before? So I don't know.
A little drama queen diva.
Hangry.
He's a little diva wide receiver.
Maybe. But you're going Miami. I'm going to go with Minnesota because I really do love that defense. And I think like they're still a must. They still control their destiny. They're in must-win mode. I'll go with Minnesota.
All right.
So many big numbers this week.
And here's another one. Redskins at Jags. Yeah. 7-point Jags favorites.
I think the other interesting number is the total. It's the lowest total of the year, 36. So it's that.
Who's playing quarterback for Redskins? Is it Josh Johnson?
Yep, not Josh Freeman. Josh Johnson.
What if it's the same people?
You ever seen in the same room?
I want to see. I want to see evidence that Josh Johnson and Josh Freeman are not the same people. 2 black dudes named Josh. I'm just saying. You know any black dudes named Josh? Personally,
no.
I don't either. This whole thing is suspect.
Josh Howard was a former Dallas Maverick.
Sure. Josh, who's the guy who played for the Hawks forever?
I think that's the same guy. I think it's Josh Howard.
No, Josh.
Oh, he played for Stanford too. had an afro.
I don't think he went to Stanford. I think he was straight out of high school. Then he ended up in the Clippers. He played for the Rockets. I knew somebody who knew him and that he was high all the time.
Someone hit us up. Tell us who that is.
Why are we blanking on names? You know what?
It's 11. It's 11:48. We did an hour YouTube pre-show. We've been talking.
I ruined
for
it.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
I'll take the blame.
Thank you.
That's
all I wanted to
I'll
hear.
take the blame.
When I go home late and my wife yells at me, I want you to call her and say, that's on me.
I have no problem doing that.
I like the Redskins in this game. I don't know why.
You don't trust Cody Kessler?
I'll take all the points. I just want all the points I can get in this game, so I'll take the Redskins.
All right. I will also take the Redskins.
This line's 2.5, just so you know. It says not available, but I know the line is Colts minus 2.5.
Okay. So this is the spread we will use. 2.5 Dallas at Indy. Indy's a 2.5-point favorite.
Correct. You may see some threes out there, which is a big number, but I think let's just, for the fun of it, let's do 2.5.
We'll use 2.5.
Yeah.
I have been big on the Cowboys lately. Praino's giving me shit. I love their defense. I love the addition of Amari Cooper because it's opened things up for Zeke. It's completely changed their offense. Even though they're not scoring a bunch of points, it's changed their offense. I like Dallas to cover.
It's tough for me as a Cowboys fan. There's so many trends. Them being 500. I like the Colts in this game. I think. I just feel like the Colts. This is just. I just had this weird thing that the Cowboys are going to be battling in the last week of the season, trying to get in the playoffs. I just have this thing that somehow the Giants Cowboys game is going to matter.
Well, there are how many games up now on the Eagles? 2.
2, right? Yeah, and then 3. It might be over with Nick Foles playing on Sunday.
Yeah. I'm going to go Dallas, man.
I'm going to go Colts here. Colts.
All right, let's get through these. Seattle at San Francisco. The Seahawks are 4-point favorites on the road. They offensively were bad. They were awful. Russell Wilson had his worst game of his career. Doesn't change my opinion on Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Did you see the stat?
Nope.
After his first, Russell Wilson has the most wins. I know it's a team sport. After 7 seasons in the NFL, no quarterback has had more wins. Dude, everyone who wants to become game manager, he's overrated. How is he overrated? After 7 seasons, no one's had more wins.
I know you and Praino. I mean, we talked about for those who are there's no one with us. But that train ride, I think you guys discussed Eli and Wilson the entire train down to the Rams-Chiefs games.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, Tug brings up a good point. We don't just do this on air.
Yeah,
we did it in a whole. We did a whole train ride down to the fucking stadium.
I think, man, I respect Russ. I probably lean more towards the Praino side of the discussion. And I'm going to take San Francisco in this game because, it's a revenge game. They kind of got waxed
in Seattle
2 weeks ago. And a lot of these stat nerds talk about how efficient Russ has been this year. I think he threw in the first half, I think he threw 4 passes in that game. He had 3 touchdowns. I think he threw 17 passes total and had 4 touchdowns.
But see, that's why I like him.
It's just not sustainable, is what I'm saying. It's just not. It's true. It's a reason I like him.
But see, my argument is that's just not true. He's done it for 7 years. I'm telling you right now, he has the most wins. That's the argument.
Most wins versus throwing 4 touchdowns on 17 passes is a different argument.
But here's what's so interesting, and we don't have to there's no point to get into. Everybody knows my love of him, but I brought up Joe Flacco's never thrown for 30 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Russ is at 29. This will be the 3rd year out of his first 7. My point is the guy is efficient. But hold on. It's not all him either. They have a running game. They have a defense, and I'm fully aware of that. They are also a team I would not want to play in the playoffs.
I think they're a paper tiger.
Yeah,
I don't. They don't scare me.
I thought their D looked very good.
It's just not a team. I feel like once you get outside of Seattle, I don't think it's a team that really scares me. I don't see how they compete with the Saints. Really, or they played hard. They played the Rams hard in LA. I mean, that's fair, but I think
They played both games. The Rams hard.
Yeah. So it's tough to beat those teams.
So you're going San Fran.
I like San Francisco in this
I'm
game.
going to go Seattle.
That number's so short. Seattle -4. It feels like a trap to me somehow.
It's a trap. All right, New England at Pittsburgh.
Star Wars.
Love me some Star Wars stuff. New England's a 2-point favorite. Pittsburgh has been a disaster.
Yeah.
I was big on them for a minute.
Should have lost 4 in a row. Just lucky to beat Jacksonville. I like Pittsburgh in this game. This feels like when you believe in conspiracies and like the NFL corporate calling down. To me it says Pittsburgh's going to win this game. Patriots are still going to the playoffs. They're sitting on a magic number of 1. I just feel like Pittsburgh's going to win this game. Pittsburgh has to play New England this week and then go to New Orleans next week.
Wow.
Like if they don't win today, they're not winning next week.
Well,
and then they close.
This is what I'm a believer in.
Cincinnati.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And he had an embarrassing loss in Miami. I don't know what the hell Gronk was doing out there. I think they right the ship. I think they win.
All signs point to New England in this game. If you look at the stats about Gronk against Pittsburgh, he absolutely obliterates them. And Pittsburgh gets owned by New England. To me, this feels like a narrative where everyone's going to buy into New England.
I'm buying in.
I'll take Pittsburgh.
All right. Philly at the Rams, a game I will be going to. I'm excited. It was my 3rd Rams game this year. This spread has jumped because Carson Wentz is not playing, most likely out.
The champ is here.
That's right.
Nick Foles.
Most Big Dick Nick.
Back in action.
Most likely out for the year. By the way, this spread opened at 9.5 when I saw it, at least the one we're looking at. It's now at 11. I think the Rams right the ship. I know it's a big spread.
Are you worried about Carson Wentz long term? Like, where does he fall in here? Like,
yes.
Every year it's a problem, right? Now we're getting to like every year.
Because this isn't even his knee. This is his back.
Yeah.
I thought they rushed him back too quickly. I said that all along. I would have kept Wentz out longer if I was the coach, if I was the organization. I am worried about his health.
The other thing about Philly, and it was fun to watch that run last year, even though I was as a Cowboys fan, you have to question how big Frank Reich was to that team.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
look what he's doing with Indy.
Absolutely, and the offense looks lost. I mean, they have no that trade the Golden Tate trade to me is the weirdest trade that I've seen almost in any sport, because they trade for this guy, and for both sides, the Pistons, the Lions
threw in the towel.
But they were like 500. They still had a chance. They basically knew that they knew they were done because they traded for Snacks Harrison.
Yeah, that's right.
So they
the Giants.
So they're like we're buyers, but we're also sellers.
We're selling our possession receiver.
Yeah, who has more than 80 grabs,
every year.
Every year, they trade him to the Eagles, and he can't even get on the field. I think he played like 30% of the snaps 2 weeks ago, even though he scored a touchdown against the Redskins. I just don't.
They're lost. I agree. And I think Frank Reich is a huge factor in them winning the Super Bowl last year. And again, look what he's doing with Andrew Luck. Obviously, the offensive line for the Colts is playing lights out. Dude, I think they get waxed.
Everyone talks about how loaded the Eagles roster is, and that may be true. I mean, they got a lot of depth, but they got the injury bug, which doesn't help.
Sure. I think they get waxed. I think they come out ready to play. Now, there's going to be a ton of Eagles fans down there. I'll be curious to see. I've only heard things from Joe Praino, basically, about Eagles fans.
Party one.
I will be curious. I'll be going down Former intern Joe Schiavelli, his parents are having a massive tailgate.
Ooh.
Yes. So I'll be going, like, this is a 5 o'clock game. They're going to start tailgating at like noon. I'm going out for a massive tailgate with the Shaborings, and I'm excited about it. The mayor's going to be joining me.
Mayor.
The mayor's girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll take the Eagles in this game.
All right. I'm going to take the Rams. And finishing up week 15, New Orleans at Carolina. Carolina is a 6-point home underdog. I'm taking Carolina. I know that's crazy. It's too big. It's division. Drew Brees, I've said it before and I'll say it again. He is not nearly the same player on the road as he is in the dome. 6 is too much for me. I'm going with Carolina.
I think that's a great call. I mean, it's hard. I mean, Carolina's just the bottom dropped out of their season.
Completely dropped out. They were 6-2.
Yeah. 5 in a row. Can't stop anybody. This is their Super Bowl. I think, New Orleans goes home the last 2 games of the year. They play. They're interesting. They go at Carolina, home to Pittsburgh, host Carolina. So they'll see them again in 2 weeks. This is Carolina's Super Bowl. I think you got to go Carolina.
And as a Rams fan, I will be rooting for Carolina.
Yeah.
So the Rams can get that number 1 seed. All right, those are our Week 15 picks. And Joe Praino will submit his to me. I'm sorry. Tug Coker.
We did it.
We did it. We made it happen. My apologies for wasting an hour of your life not thinking I had the STD card when literally the STD card was right in front of me.
It was in you all along.
You got anything to plug?
I just need some advice on how to raise 2 kids. So if you got that out there, help me. You can follow me at Tug Coker on Instagram and Twitter. Hopefully we'll have some big news about the show. I've been trying to get out all of 2018 for early 2019. So we'll have some big stuff. But thanks to everybody who says what's up on Instagram or Twitter, and see y'all out there in the streets.
Are you excited about your favorite account? We got to talk about your favorite account.
Tug was mentioned. Guys, everyone follow Tug was mentioned.
Tug was mentioned.
At Tug was mentioned.
Every time you're mentioned.
And a lot of times I'm not, which is, humbling.
There's still tweets.
So
follow my boy Tug over here. And you can follow me. Same thing. At Andy Ruther on Twitter and Instagram. And subscribe to us. Real quick, guys. We are, by we, Dirty Sports, we're giving away a 50-inch TV. 50-inch TV. The contest has already started. To enter the contest, all you have to do is follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe to us on iTunes, retweet the link that I put out. All that stuff is literally just look in the description of this episode. Click on that link for the contest giveaway, and you qualify. How amazing is that? You qualify for a 50-inch TV courtesy of DSPN. So go ahead and click on that link and do all those necessary requirements, because if you do each one, you get an extra entry. You get 3 entries if you subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you're already subscribed, then you don't have to worry about anything.
You got to check out the YouTube just to watch this pre-show tonight. If you want to watch some buffoonery in action, and then sign up for this to win this TV.
That's right.
Do it.
All right, guys. And follow Joe Praino at Fix Your Life on Twitter and at Joe Praino on Instagram. And you can see Joe all this weekend.
Big shout out, Joe. Thanks for letting me fill in.
Yeah.
Keep your seat warm. See you soon.
That's right. All right, Dirtballs. Thanks for listening to the show. And most importantly, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.